mind me. I'm just having breakfast. I'm just having breakfast. So, guys, apologies.
This one is brunch.
Yes, it's coming up gradually.
Hello.
Yes, it's up, but you need to rotate the screen. It's it needs to be in full in full screen.
All right. Good afternoon. Please, can you see? Hello.
Yeah, can you make it full screen, please?
It is. I've done that.
Oh, right. Yeah. Now it's come up. All right.
All right. Thank you. Can you see me?
We can't see you, but we can see your slides.
Oh, okay. I don't think you'll be able to see me, but I would like to indulge you to switch off our camera, please.
All right. That's all right. I'm going to start your time now, so you can start presenting.
Okay. Good afternoon, Daytopians. Today's presentation, which is a business review and analysis, has been splitted into 4 parts, which will be taken by each member of the team. However, before I begin, I'm going to introduce the team. This is the University of Ibadan Team Alpha. My name is Olabisi Owadayo, and my teammates are Oyeniyi Israel, Ogunkeye Moshokpe, and Oluwatobi Chris Adeniyi. Now, let us begin. The client in this course is Easywood. Easywood is a bedroom furniture maker in Germany. It is important to note that Easywood is a bedroom furniture maker alone, which means the client's works are limited to the production of furniture found in the bedroom, such as bed frame, wardrobe, dressers, nightstands, trunks, cupboard, drawers, etc. Last year, Easywood had revenue of around $20 million and operating profit margins of around 20%. At this point, I'm going to clarify important terms. Revenue as defined by Investopedia is the total amount of income generated by the sale of goods and services related to the company's primary operations. Therefore, the total income made by Easywood last year was $20 million. According to the same source, operating profit is defined as the residual income that remains after accounting for all the cost of doing business. This refers to expenses such as rent, insurance, payroll, utilities, amongst others. Therefore, audience, Easywood made an operating profit of about 20% of 20 million, which equals to 4 million. Therefore, after deducting the expenses of production from the revenues generated, the operating profit calculated was $4 million, as illustrated in the profitability. This Easywood seeks to find an additional source of revenue and profit. Although the bedroom business is good during sales time, however, other times it can be quite slow, and it can be quite slow. Therefore, the client seeks to find a business that has more stability throughout the year than their core business. To this end, Easywood is considering venturing into the coffin market. And the big question is, should Easywood enter the market for coffins? In this presentation, we will provide the answers to this question alongside logic and facts to back them up. Also, we will make further recommendations that will be beneficial to the profit-making course of the client. At this point, I will invite my teammate, Moshokpe, to continue. Welcome, Moshokpe.
Good evening. Good afternoon, Daytopians. My name is Precious Moshokpe. In order to understand the coffin business, to know if it's a good idea or not, I'm going to analyze its benefits, challenges, and decide which one outweighed the other. 1. I'm going to split this session down and couple it with different questions. One, what are the benefits of venturing into coffee business? According to Germany Waste, the German cost of dying is more higher in Europe and more than other parts of the world. According to the same word, to the same source, according to the same source, plain wooden coffin costs 515 euro and more elaborate cost about 1,000 to 6,000 euros. To proceed, before diving into the benefits and challenges of the business, let's take a look at the major market determinants, which is the death rate in Germany. That is the number of deaths over the years in Germany. According to WHO/Europe, circulatory disease accounts for 34.3% of all deaths in Germany. Ischemia heart disease remains by far the leading cause of mortality, responsible for more than 1 in 10 deaths. Lung cancer is the most frequent death of the year by cancer, at 20% of cancer deaths. These 79,310 people died in Germany. About 79,310 people died in Germany in September 2022, according to the figures provided by the Federal Statistical Office, the STATSIS. This is 9% or 6,677 cases, above the median of the year 2018 to 2021 for that month. In the previous month, there had been a temporal relationship between heat waves and Earth death figures. COVID-19 death figures too were added. The preceding weeks of summer contributed a lot to the higher death rate in Germany. It is currently not possible to estimate the extent at which the factor will contribute to the higher figures in October. According to quite a few forecasts, the world population is aging at a very steady pace. So, Mr. Easywood, we have more and more sales as the year passes. Let me state the benefits. According to Association of German Coffee Makers, there are just 15 coffee makers still running in Germany, producing around 200,000 each year. A coffin is required for each of the approximately 2,600 deceased people every day, even if they are cremated, says the group chairman, Jürgen Starr. German law forbids the handling of remains, including cremated ones, by private individuals. Special papers are required and arranged. Special papers are required and the arrangement must be made by the crematorium or funeral home. And the cost can be staggering, up to 8,000 euros. Expatriates might find themselves paying even more if they wish to ship the remains back to their hometown or their country for burial. So they will have to bury it anyways. Ladies and gentlemen, we all know that making or producing coffin is not really a challenge for Easywood. The challenge is the logistics, transportation, and storage. The coffin is a simple, large, rectangular empty box filled with air before it's put to use. It is costly to move or warehouse a coffin. The second challenge is to sell it to the funeral service provider. The death-related industry is a niche business, and people involved are usually hardcore, conservative, or kata player who kept using traditional practices as an excuse to keep out production innovation. However, in many countries, consumers are no longer mandated to purchase coffin from funeral service. So this gave Mr. Easywood a slight edge. Coffins and caskets are now sold on internet too, and on retail, which helps to level the play field a little. So me and my team members, we advise Mr. Easywood to go for it. But nevertheless, if you want to start a coffin business, come out with something different, either in design, utility, or composite. So at this stage, I will call on Christopher Oluwatobi Adeniji to continue the presentation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Moshope. Ladies and gentlemen, as stated earlier, the main objective of Easywood is to find an additional source of revenue and profit that has more stability throughout the year than their business. This means that the client seeks to find other ways to generate income while still maintaining the bedroom furniture making business, which is their primary business. To this effect, alongside venturing into the coffee making business, we are going to recommend 3 other businesses that will solve the problem of cyclicality in the client's business. 1, manufacturing of household furnitures. We stated earlier that Easywood is mainly into bedroom furnitures. However, a lucrative opportunity to venture into will be the household furnitures. Based on odometer elaboration of the latest United Nations data, Germany has a population of 84.39 million people, and according to Federal Office of Building and Regional Planning, about 42.5 million are house owners. According to Model Intelligence, Germany's kitchen furniture industry is witnessing high growth, not only in terms of sales, but also in technology and new innovative product design launches. The order intake in 2018 growth shows German kitchen furniture manufacturers achieving growth of 6.7% in international business and 7 to 28% domestically. 2, our recommendation is export trade. Another lucrative business to venture into is the exporting of coffee and home and bedroom furnitures. According to World Coffee Export and Import data, there are 912 coffee buyers in 112 countries globally, and 68 suppliers in 68 countries.
688.
Thank you for that. And based on the Model Intelligence, Germany is one of the leading furniture exporters in the European Union, and this makes it one of the most lucrative markets for the furniture industry. Also, the trend for the home and bedroom furnitures is more driven towards international sales. Thus, growth is largely driven by the export trade. Now, lastly, manufacturing of office furnitures. The German office furniture segment witnessed an industry-wide sales growth of 4.4% in 2019. According to Model Intelligence, the industry has been recorded a stable upward trend for the past 5 years, where we see an annual sales with significant rise in office furniture sales. In addition, the order intake was at times so high that companies had to increase their employees by nearly 4% in 2017. The chart before us shows the revenue growth of office furnitures from 2014 to 2019. This indeed will be a lucrative segment to venture into in order to determine higher profits. And these are what we recommend for our client Easywood. I'll call on Olabisi to continue the presentation.
To conclude this presentation, ladies and gentlemen, the goal is to ensure that we provide suggestions to the income quest of Easywood. To this effect, we have analyzed the coffin business in Germany, and we have explicitly stated that it would be a lucrative business to venture into. And we have advised the client to venture into the coffin making business, but come into it with unique designs, utilities, and composites. We've also suggested 3 other furniture businesses that the client can venture into to ensure steady flow of income all through the year. Once again, I will clarify that the client Easywood will continue their main business of producing bedroom, but also dive into other furniture making businesses as minor niches. Again, I will state that the client's objective is to find an additional source of revenue and profit that has more stability throughout the year than their core business. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. To be honest, I really enjoyed your presentation. And this is just from me. I enjoyed your presentation, although that does not mean that it wasn't faultless. There were some slides that I didn't see references on them. They had statistics, but they didn't have references on them. And I would have loved to see those references. And your recommendations as well can also have references as well. You can make recommendations based on a particular trend that you've seen that has happened, and then you can refer back to that business in itself, that this business was doing this, but they are now into this and they are making profits. That would have also been nice to see. I would call on Mr. Daytopia to give you just his feedback, and then the next team can then present.
Thank you very much. I'm just going to be as brief as possible. UI Alpha, well done. The first thing I was really impressed with, aside the introduction, was the charts you showed me, which was the death rate in Germany, which I was expecting. So well done, guys. It buttresses the point that, that he should go into the coffin business. However, that was a very important one, but try as much as possible not to just put charts or stats that are not adding value to the presentation. You added one chart about the causes of death. We don't really need to know the causes of death. Maybe they're dying maybe it's cancer, highest death rates is from cancer. It doesn't really add much value to the business. So that one. Dr. Adejumoke mentioned the stats. While you had some stats that had referencing, a lot of the stats you put on the slides did not have references. So there's no way for me to quickly check if that is correct. I wanted to check the 2018 stats that you said, the kitchen furniture, the growth in the supply, the demand. I wanted to check, but there's no stat on it. Also, the last one that I didn't really, that was a bit of worry for me was, right, the business, the case study is saying the company is having troubles with the way the furniture, is this furniture making now? So it makes household furnitures, but it's cyclical. He wants to go into the coffin business because he believes that it should help with that problem, right? But the part where I didn't see in your presentation was the household furnitures. Why does it have that cyclical problem? So is it when exactly is it selling within the year? Is it winter, summer, or why is it moving? Why is it thinking of, and what times of the year do you think, if you are suggesting, because you suggested, I love the fact that you suggested him going abroad, which is a big one. It doesn't have to stay in Germany. So, but the point is, if you are suggesting he should go abroad, why are you not telling us the country he should go, and how that the sale from that company, from that country, how it is going to, maybe you've made a research that, okay, most likely household furniture sell in the summer, right? So a sale to France, or a sale to Europe, or a sale to Africa, during winter would negate that, would solve that cyclical problem. That's something that was a bit missing. So really pointing out exactly how to solve that cyclical problem, and that will be based on research, right? That this is the time of the year that you, based on research, probably that household furnitures in Germany probably sell a lot more. It's making, out of the 4 million. I love the fact that you explained the 4 million, for people that are not even finance oriented, they can understand what operating profit is, right? But you've explained it. Out of that 4 million, you are saying that based on research, 50% of the sales of household furnitures are made in gotten in the summer, right, in Germany. So, it's a worry when you're having maybe 3 million out of that 4 million coming from just 3 or 4 months in the year. So going to Africa, it will most likely get sales in November. That's the kind of thing I'm saying is kind of missing, but well done. And every other thing was spot on. I love your confidence. I love the slides. Well done, guys.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Daytopia. Okay, sorry. So before we proceed, is it possible that you pause the recording, please? All right, just 1 minute, please.
My name is Eze. My name is Ezechikurita Shoma. With me here are Ebawushi Wisdom and Eze Naomi Onyechi. We are economic students of the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, representing UNN Alpha. So we'll be doing a case study of the Easywood Bedroom Furniture Company. This is the content of our slides. We have the introduction, the problem statements, analysis of the coffin market, alternatives and criteria, analysis and decision, then the implementation plan. So, Easywood is a bedroom furniture making business serving Germany. It is a business that is not concerned about growth and profitability in the long run, but is concerned about cyclicality in the business. In the long run, Easywood company is very okay, but in the short run, they are not. So the CEO of this business wished to enter the coffin market for the main purpose of finding an additional source of revenue and profits that has more stability or cyclicality throughout the year than their core business. So this CEO wants to enter the coffin market, and we are going to help him analyze this coffin market in Germany to know whether he is to enter the coffin market or not. So we analyze the coffin market using.
Thank you very much, Choma. Can we all hear me?
Yes,
The
we
first
can.
method and other methods and find our causes. What is the problem?
Very much.
Yes, we can.
The problem definition. How should Easywood Bedroom Furniture Making Company go about finding an additional source of revenue and profits that have more stability throughout the year than their core business? So the big question is, should Easywood enter the market for coffins or not? Analysis of the coffin market. You'll find out that in most countries like Germany, UK, Korea, cremation activities tends to be on the increase. Cremation does not require complicated coffin or casket, as most funeral coffins or caskets are not suitable to be used in a cremation chamber. Rather, alternative container entirely made of flammable material like rigid cardboard or fiberboard are being used for this cremation cremation process. So this does not necessarily require coffin. So, and according to the National Funeral Directive Association, the projected percentage of those that tends to go for cremation tends to be on the increase than those that tends to go for burial, that basically requires the use of coffin, whether you like it or not. Also, we found out from our research that the cost of burial tends to be higher than the cost of cremation. Furthermore, according to this survey carried out by YouGov, they found out that 17% of people prefer to be buried when they died. 20% don't know, whereas 5% said something else. However, majority, which is 58%, prefer to be cremated, and also and 79% prefer to be scattered. What does this say about future demand for coffin? Future demand for coffin, basically, good coffin will definitely decrease in the future. So Wisdom, please help us with the external analysis of the coffin market.
Thank you very much, Chioma. So today we'll be looking at the analysis of the coffee market in Germany. And before I dive right into that, I'll give a brief description of the coffee industry, the coffee market. So according to an article released on 11th May 2020, it was stated that coffee manufacturers in Germany were struggling to make money despite the crucial public health rules that they played in Germany. And this was because of cheaper imports that were being brought into the country from Eastern Europe. The country's casket producers were all asking the government for financial aid in order to prop up the dwindling German coffin making business. In Germany, there are about 15 coffin producers, which account for 20% of the caskets being produced annually in Germany. And this is out of the 950,000 caskets that are being produced in Germany yearly. So in order to understand the coffin market better, we're going to carry out our external analysis. Now, our external analysis, we're going to be looking at the industry environment as well as the macroeconomic environment. And when we talk about the industry environment, we're going to be looking at Porter's 5. Now, Porter's 5 is a model that was released by Michael Porter in order to understand the competitive structure in an industry. So the industry environment, we look at the competitive structure, the competitive position of the company, as well as the competitive position of the company, and in rivaling against the coffee market, as well as the coffee market dynamics and history. We also look at the macroeconomic environment in the coffee market, and we'll take a look at the political factors, the political, economic, social, demographic, as well as technological factors that affect the coffee market. Then we'll take a look at strategic groups. Now, in order to understand strategic group is a kind of plot that is a plot of rival companies in a two-dimensional matrix in order to ascertain their strategic relevance. And this helps to identify companies that are competitive in nature as against other companies. What I'm just trying to say is that a strategic group is just saying what companies are competitive and why are they competitive? What are the strategies? What are their strategic positions that are making them competitive? So we are going to focus on market segments as well as level of product quality. Now, market segment is talking about in terms of strategic market segment is talking about the market population, or what part of the market the coffee market is serving. Is it the young? Is it the old? Then we're looking at level of product quality. We have different kinds of coffees. We have the metallic, we have the wooden, etc. So the next thing we'll look at is to just dive right into we're going to dive right into the industry environment. So this is a graph, this is a diagram of the Porter's 5, and just to put this in perspective, we're looking at the intensity. We're looking at the intensity of industry rivalry. We're looking at threats of potential entrants. We're looking at bargaining power of buyers in the coffee market. We're looking at bargaining power of suppliers in the coffee market, as well as threats of substitutes like cremation in the coffee market. So to begin, the intensity of, in order to gauge the intensity of the competitive, the intensity of industry rivalry, we looked at two main factors. There were a lot of factors to consider, but the two main factors we looked at was product homogeneity as well as concentration of rivals. Now, we used a scorecard to say that, and we used a scorecard to evaluate whether the coffee market is good. Now, if they score high, it means that the coffee market is not a good business. If they score low, it means that the coffee market is a good business. So in terms of concentration of rivals, we found out that there weren't really a lot of rivals in the coffee market. As I said earlier, there are just 15 producers in the German coffee market, and that 15 aren't really that much. But in terms of product, so therefore they scored low in terms of concentration of rivals. But in terms of product homogeneity, there was very high product homogeneity. We found out that in Germany, most were actually using very wooden coffins, and most were really alike. Like most of the coffins were alike, and there was product homogeneity, so they scored high there. So other factors we looked at, or we considered looking at the intensity of industry, were things like consumer switching cost. How can consumers switch between people very quickly? Can they move from company A to company B without having any form of cost incurred? And we found out that yes, so there was high switching cost, so they scored high there. We also looked at SS and production capacity, as well as brand loyalty and network effect. And we found out that in terms of intensity of industry rivalry, they scored high. The next thing we looked at was threats of potential entrance. Now, threats of potential entrance, we looked at two main things. We looked at brand loyalty as well as absolute cost advantage, including economics of scale. And we found out that it was very low. People didn't have brand loyalty in the coffee market, as well as there wasn't really any absolute cost advantage from economics of scale. Other things we looked at in the threat of potential entrance in the coffee market were things like switching costs, government regulations, barriers, high fees costs, specialized skills, as well as investment in specialist equipment. The next things we looked at was bargaining power of buyers in the coffee market. And then we found out that they also scored higher, they also scored higher because there were many substitutes and there was low switching costs, which was also very low switching cost means that we score them high because then it means that there's a lot of competition and product homogeneity in the bargaining power of buyers. We also looked at the bargaining power of sellers, and we looked at suppliers. We saw that the suppliers weren't really much, so we scored them low. Suppliers didn't threaten any form of forward integration. We scored them low. And so overall, when we looked at the bargaining power of suppliers, we actually scored them low. So we move forward to the next one, which was threats of substitutes. So we found out that they were actually substitutes. As my colleague had pointed out, there were about 50, more people were moving towards cremation than actually coffins. And looking at that, we actually scored them high in terms of threats of substitutes. So overall, if we look at the profitability of the coffee market, it's not really profitable. And that is what Easywood is looking for, profitability as well as stability. And as I made my earlier remark from the beginning, the coffee market in Germany, from that article, they said it was dwindling, with only 20% of German companies contributing to the casket market. The next thing we look at is what we call pest analysis. So pest analysis, as I had said earlier, just tries to look at the macroeconomic environment of the coffee market. So the political factors we looked at were low barriers to international trade, as well as the regulatory environment or political risk change. And we found out that there was actually very low barrier, and it increased competition and lowered profitability. If you look at the slide, you see impact, increased intensity of competition and lowers profitability. The next thing we looked at was economic factors, the currency, exchange rates, inflation, growth rate of the economy. I found out that in Germany, all of those things were positive. They weren't having any form of high inflation. Everything was really stable. So there was actually stability in the economy to actually go into the coffee market if they wanted to. But we advise no, because it's actually not profitable. The next thing we look at was social demographic factors like perspective, population, educational level, health consciousness, and preferences. Remember, preferences. And for the social demographic factors, preferences matter. And as my colleague had pointed out, cremation is actually preferred to, people were actually moving forward for cremation as against getting coffins. They looked at technological factors, and from our research, we found out that the R&D investment in the coffee business has been flat, has not really been improving over time. So there hasn't been a lot of like technological improvement in the coffee market. So we're going to ask ourselves the question, if they shouldn't go into the coffee market, since the coffee market is in quotes dwindling, what other alternatives or what other strategic alternatives can Easywood consider? And my friend, my help, Naomi will please help us with that. Thank you.
Thank you. From our analysis, the coffee market is not profitable and sustainable enough for Easywood. In fact, it is dwindling. Now, owing to the fact that Easywood is seeking an additional source of revenue and profit that has more stability throughout the year, we do not recommend the coffee market. From our conclusion, Easywood should not go into the coffee market. And based on this, we present two alternatives, the picture frame and the kitchen furniture market. Each alternative was analyzed based on the customer value assessment, industry statistics, and market drivers. For our alternative one, German residents, which are consumers in this industry, now prefer traditional craftsmanship made of wood for interior decor, rather than decors made of metals and other materials. Easywood can take advantage of relatively low labor costs to garner an extra profit margin for themselves. Also, according to Straits research, there's been increasing home decor activities and a rising demand for custom picture frames. So this is quite a profitable market for Easywood that solves their problem of a cyclical revenue. Our alternative two, which is kitchen furniture. According to our source, IBIS World, there is increasing number of homes in Germany, as well as rising net household income. This leads to a higher consumer spending by residents on household furnishing. Now, let me establish the fact that the core business of our client, Easywood, which is the bedroom furniture making, is only a segment of the entire household furnishing industry. So we are suggesting another segment of this industry, which is the kitchen furnishing. Right. According to Statista, revenue from kitchen furniture segment shows an annual growth rate of 12.03%, with user penetration of 8.6% in 2022. 71 businesses in total and 18,489 industry employment. This is quite a profitable business and also competitive as well for Easywood. In addition to the sales of kitchenwares, other services like carpentry of complete kitchen sets and kitchen installation can also be incorporated into the business. After analyzing these two alternatives, we came to the conclusion that Easywood should venture into alternative two, which is the kitchen furniture industry. Why? In comparison, it's more profitable to them. It does not require much expansion and diversion from their core business, and their already existing assets, which are wood-related, can be used to start up this business. Next slide, please. We'll take you through our recommendations and our implementation plan to start this business. Implementation plan, please. Thank you. Easywood should start awareness creation for the additional services they now provide, which are installation of kitchen sets. They should be designing complete kitchen sets in partnership with electrical compliance companies. We researched and we found out that companies like Miel are actually making large profits in kitchen electrical appliances. So partnership with this company can go a long way in profitability for Easywood. They should also engage in other activities in the industry like carpentry of complete kitchen installations. They should ensure quality services and good customer relationships. They should as well engage in after-sale activities in order to create room for improvement. And finally, e-commerce of their sub-segments in the kitchen furniture industry. They can take it to companies like Amazon and increase online awareness and thereby increasing profitability for their business. Thank you.
Thank you very much, guys, for the presentation. Great job, great job, great job. Okay, just a minute, please. I'm just going to read one. Are you there, please? All right. Good afternoon. Yeah. Can you please give Team Unsuka Alpha their feedback, please?
Okay. Well done, team. I think it was a very good presentation. Particularly like the delivery of the slide. And then analysis. So I think it's just it bears wisdom, yeah. I like your delivery style, but I think you spend too much time trying to explain the quarter five process. I'm sure that's why your presentation dragged a little longer than it should. But if you're going to talk about quarter five process, knowing that we have limited time, I think you spend too much time on explaining the quarter five process. I would have expected that you spend a lot more time on the alternatives and how the business can grow from other sources of revenue than spending so much time on the analysis. But for your slides were very good as well. I think it captures some important information that we would need to make our decision. So I think overall the presentation was good.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ridwan. Thank you very much. So yeah, for me, the presentation was good. It's just that I don't know. I feel that your slides could be better. And this is just my own personal observations. And I think Ridwan said something in that line as well. I personally feel that your slides could be better. In as much as possible, you should your slides should be engaging enough and should keep people to the screen, keep people wanting to listen to you with your slides. All right, thank you very much, guys. So we're going to quickly go into the next set of presentation. So do we have any other judges that would like to quickly add anything to what has been said? Just a few minutes before we go into the next presentation, if you want to.
While the next presenters are getting ready, I just wanted to say, I just wanted to echo what you guys already said. So well done to the team, Team Onsuka. You could see that a lot of them were economic students because of the way they've tried to analyze the case study. I love the fact that I was actually one of the things I wanted to mention with the last presentation was the fact that there was no framework attached to the analysis. I was expecting BCG matrix, PEST, or something like that, which is what I saw in this one, in this presentation. So I want to say well done. Well done to the team, and the slides too. I think they were a bit simplified, but mentors already mentioned that. But aside that, so well done, good analysis, and I love the fact that while you didn't agree with the coffin industry, you gave reasons, you gave stats to back it up, and then you came to give us options, which is nice to see. And you explained why they should go into that, and how it's going to help their cyclicality issues. So just well done.
Yeah, and I like the fact that both teams actually had two different perspectives coming from it. The first team agreed for them to go into it, however, trying to diversify their productions as well. And the other team actually disagrees with the idea and suggested that they go into some other things, which is good. I'm excited about it. All right, quickly. So the next set of presenters would be analyzing the third case study for the judges. You can scroll up to the third case study.
I think Ridwan and Habib are raising their hands.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's start with Habib. Habib, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Well done to the team that presented. I really enjoyed the presentation, and I just have a few things to point out. Irrespective of the industry dynamics, recommending some other areas the company can focus on. You have to take some things into consideration. There will be some existing players in this industry that you are recommending to enter into, and there will be some cost attached. So you have to consider that just in case of next time. So your analysis will be your implementation will be detailed. Because without all this consideration, the business might run into loss because they are dealing with money there. That's all. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Abi. Bridwan, you wanted to say something?
Yes, Dr. Jimmy. You know, I'm just warming up this season. So I noted something that the first speaker mentioned. They said they were going to analyze the case study using, I think, two different methods. But I heard that they wanted to use Pakadi, I don't know what it's called, if it's a Pakadi theory or whatever. But I didn't see that in the, they didn't speak to the Pakadi framework during the presentation. So I don't know if it was covered somewhere or if it's an omission. So can someone in the team speak to it?
All right, does Wisdom, did you raise your hand or you wanted to answer the question?
Yes, my hands were raised. Okay, to attend to the first one, we do understand that there are other players in the market that in our recommendation, like the recommendations we made, we did understand that there were existing market. So that's why when we're researching, we treated our research in a way to find what industry experts agree on as a stable, profitable industry that's easy, like giving Easywood kind of business that they could go into. That's why our recommendation was in that manner. Because to make a recommendation for another business, it means that we'll have to do another form of external analysis, internal analysis, looking at the company's core competencies and a lot of other things. So we knew that this was a 15 minutes presentation. It won't happen. As for the second question from Sir Ridwan, my colleague Naomi will help answer that. I think it was present in the slides. It was present in the slides. Yeah. So Naomi, please help answer that. Yeah.
Yes.
So Naomi.
Thank you. So the Pakadi framework used was, P was for problem definition, A, alternatives, C, criteria, then A, analysis, and D was decision, and 6 was implementation plan. Sorry, I. The Pakadi is like an acronym for the whole of the framework we used to present our work, which was the problem definitions, the alternatives, the criteria, analysis, then the implementation plan. According to our review before this presentation, we had to adjust it. We had to state the problem and analyze the market first before giving the implementation plan. So that was why some of them were altered, but we still use the same framework to present it.
Also, to add to that, like in our reference, we reference the work where we picked out the Pakadi method. The first reference will lead you to the page where they discuss the method in details. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, guys. Wisdom, you wanted to see, do you still have your hands up or no? Okay. All right. Well done to everyone that has just presented the first set. Both of you are amazing. And the two presentations have got individual strengths. So well done, guys. Well done to every one of you. So quickly, we're going to go into the next team. And like I said, the next team would be walking us through they're walking us through the fifth case study. It's the fifth case study, not the third case study. So it's the fifth case study, and that's OAU and FUTA. So do we have team OAU and team FUTA here and ready to present?
Yes, ma'am, we are ready. Yes, ma'am.
Perfect.
Yes,
All right.
ma'am.
So guys, you can check the chat box. There are some feedbacks there as well that you can take and then move with it. All right. So who is presenting first, OAU or FUTA?
Team FUTA, ma'am.
Perfect. Team FUTA.
Mine's OAU.
No, FUTA said it first, so it doesn't matter. So we have FUTA coming up.
Right now.
Doesn't really matter, to be honest. All right, I think they have their slides up. I'm going to start your time. When you're ready, please do start presenting.
Good afternoon, judges, ladies and gentlemen of the Daytopia tournament, and my fellow presenters. My name is Oyeni Isheun, and here with me are Oye Greatness, Ora Rogene, Adarale Foluke, and Miriam Amzat. Once again, representing the Federal University of Technology, Akure. Today, we are giving a case study review on a commercial marijuana company named Greenco, expanding into a new country to stay ahead of their competitors. But before we dig deep into the review in depth, let's have a quick overview of our case study. According to the case study, our client Greenco is one of the leading commercial grower or producer of marijuana in progressive country. Moving on, Greenco was one of the first companies to produce and commercialize marijuana in progressive country and are the leader in the marijuana industry. Furthermore, our case study stated that Greenco developed an automated growing process that enables them produce fuller and higher quality plants than their competitors. And as a result, they can afford to sell and underprice competitors and command premium pricing. Also, they can also manage cost because the cost of labor is low. Here is a brief profile of our clients, Greenco. As you can see from the slide, the key activity of our clients is that they are the top commercial producer of marijuana. Their annual revenue is highly profitable, which is $200 million. Their location is in progressive country, and their unique selling point is the use of automated technology for production. And now their goal is to continue growing in order to stay ahead of competition. Now, considering the current level of our clients, Greenco, they want to stay ahead of competitors, and they feel that expanding into another country, named new country, as is going to be the best for them to stay ahead of competitors. But why new country? Let's quickly take a look at the opportunities our clients are looking at in new country. From the case study, we figured that our clients may be eyeing new country as a point of entry and a way to stay ahead of competitors because new country has recently legalized the recreational use of marijuana, and they've been allowing the medicinal use of marijuana for almost 3 years. Secondly, excuse me, there's also zero competition in new country. And thirdly, the social acceptance of marijuana in new country is approximately 80%. That's high. Now, looking at these seeming opportunities, the big question is, should Greenco go forward with entering new country? Well, let's stick with us as Foluke gives us an insight as to what we think. Thank you. Foluke, over to you.
Thank you, SOG. So according to our research, we're able to point out some red flags, and you will see them displayed on the screen. So now let's scrutinize this point. The first, no competition, legalized for 3 years, what happened? We'll be looking at the point extracted directly from the case study. The first one, new country has recently legalized the recreational use of marijuana and has allowed medicinal use for almost 3 years. The second point, new country has no competition as recreational use just became legal and social acceptance is 80%. Then thirdly, export or import of marijuana in new country is illegal. Looking at those lines subjectively, from the point mentioned earlier, new country has legalized marijuana for 3 years, and this is only for medical purposes. And according to one of the law, importing or exporting of marijuana for any purpose is illegal. This brought some question. How then have medical personnel been able to get access to the plant? Why have other marijuana companies not tried to set up to explore the country? So these are the probable reasons we found out. Poor infrastructure, rigidity in the labor market, bureaucracy and corruption, state level obstacle, and legal delays. It is befitting to say that one of the reasons mentioned above is why other companies must have shied away from establishing or probably folded up over time. And it makes no sense that there is no company within those 3 years of legalization since there is a law against importation. So we have ban on export and importation. According to the case study, a law states that export or import of marijuana in new countries is illegal. All sold must be grown domestically. Firstly, the inability to export or import is quite disturbing because there are instances where our client Greenco might underproduce marijuana due to several reasons like natural disasters, pests, or crop diseases. And there'll be need to keep the business going. So likewise, there'll be days where there'll be overproduction, and export could be an option to avoid spoilage and wastage. The inability to do either will affect the generation of revenue. Hence, getting a 50% top line growth and full payback within 5 years, and a highly profitable with $200 million in annual revenue, as seen in the case study, might and will not and will be difficult. So thirdly, the cost of setting up a new plant. As seen in the case study, export or importation of marijuana in new countries is illegal. Also must be grown domestically. Since there is a law opposing exportation and importation, the only option for our client, Greenco, is to set up a new plant. Usually, setting up this facility is best in long term, but due to the fact that our client, Greenco, might want at least 50% top line growth and full payback within 5 years, it might not be a great option for them. The market is young and fertile, but what happens to the infrastructural costs and other relevant taxation required by the government? I'd like for my teammate to pick up from where I stopped.
Thank you very much, Foluke. Now, like Foluke has told us, our client Greenco wants at least 50% top line growth and full payback within 5 years. Hitting this target of 50% revenue will be difficult or impossible due to the following reasons. One, economic policies. The economic policies in new country are not certain, and this could affect the labor regulation. The products produced by Greenco are generally differentiated based on their quality, and pricing is regulated. So in new country, the price of these products are regulated. Making reference to a pre-existing company like Walmart, which entered into Germany in 1997, it folded up due to the intricate labor laws, the restricted business hours, and rows upon rows of regulatory red tape. And after 9 years, Walmart left Germany at a cost of $1 billion US, which is a great loss. Another hindrance to this is social acceptance not necessarily being equal to market acceptance. Oh yes, it is said that there is 80% social acceptance of marijuana, but it does not necessarily mean that these people are going to spend their money to purchase marijuana from this company. Then uncertainty, emergence of competition. There is currently no competition in new country as recreational use just become legal and acceptance is approximately 80%. Direct and indirect constant in the corporate world. Even the initial movers in an industry eventually have to contend with new entrants, be they small businesses or established corporations. If there's a lot of competition in a certain market, the pool of potential customers will be less. The profit margin on each transaction may be lowered if prices need to be lowered to compete in a highly competitive market. With these reasons, we would advise our client Greenco not to proceed with entry into new country. If our client Greenco shouldn't test the waters in new country, what then should be the way forward for them? I'll be calling on Miriam to give us possible solutions and recommendations to Greenco moving forward. Over to you, Miriam.
Thank you, Greatness. Good day to our amiable judges, fellow presenters. So far, we have heard from my teammates reasons why Greenco shouldn't enter new country. I'm talking about solutions that Greenco can look into to get ahead of their competitors. Based on our research, we found out that there are solutions that can help Greenco boost their business and get ahead of their competitors. Stay tuned as I list and explain some of those solutions. The number one solution we believe Greenco should focus on is proper research and market survey. It is important that any business knows and have information about their target market. We have come to a conclusion that Greenco should know their niche market and customers. They should find out which section of population is their target market. There may be some industries which use marijuana as a medicine or for other uses. They should research the demand and supply aspects of those businesses. They should also accurately know about educational and social backgrounds of the buyers of their marijuana products so that they can target them in a strategic manner in their marketing campaigns. Another solution I would like to talk about is increased promotions. We're in a digital world. Almost everything that can be easily done digitally are done digitally. If Greencore is looking to reach more businesses and more individuals to get ahead of their competitors, they should look into using different promotional activities like advertisements on magazines, radios, TV, online platforms that deals with marijuana business. They could also build their own personal websites where they have all their necessary information and link them to ads shared on different platforms they are using for their promotions. We may be thinking, do we have companies that deals with things like this? Yes, there is an example. A company called Daytopia has a marijuana fund called Safe Space. They have developed a safe space for anyone over the age of 21 to connect and share reviews and guides on anything marijuana related. It is also open to businesses who can create profiles to advertise and connect with customers. So this is a way forward. Greenco can make use of this space and other spaces that they might be interested in to boost their business. One last solution I would like to talk about is create new marijuana related products. Just like football fans buy t-shirts of their favorite teams, or anime fans buy bags or figurines of their favorite characters, we users, we also start looking for accessories to enjoy their hobby, which is really, really true. A lot of people in the world are fanatic of something. Marijuana accessories can include water pipes, hand pipes, ashtrays, bongs, vaporizers, grinders, rolling trays, filters, and rolling papers. There are plenty examples of online or brick and mortar related. There are plenty of examples of online that sell marijuana related accessories. And this can also boost the business of our of Greenco. Now, I will hand over the mic to Greatness to talk about franchising. Thank you. Over to you, Greatness. Hello, can anyone hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, if Greatness is not here, I guess we'll be taking the conclusion now.
Okay, sorry. Can I say something?
All right, go ahead.
Okay, so I forgot to mention examples of companies that also deal with marijuana accessories, in case you might be thinking. There's a company called Nirvana Spirits. They produce marijuana-infused beverages. There's something called Nirvana Vodka. There's another one called Nirvana Booze. Like those are like examples of companies that also deal with marijuana-related products. And there is another one called Cloud Creamy. They make marijuana-infused ice cream. Okay.
All right, I think Greatness is back because his mic was muted. Sorry about that. Greatness, can you talk now?
Okay, finally, on the conclusion, entering into a new country to stay ahead of competitors from the case study seemed like a good decision on the surface. However, after taking an in-depth look at the case study, we have realized that with facts and evidences, our client Greenco will not achieve their objective of hitting a 50% top line of revenue in 5 years. We have also suggested possible actions and recommendations to our client Greenco in order for them to beat competitors and stay ahead of them in progressive country. History has shown that good ideas fail all the time, and when expanding into unknown waters, businesses need to be all the more careful. That's a quote from an unknown source. With this, we'll come to the end of our presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you for listening. Thank you.
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much. You're just in time, 15 minutes on the dot. So thank you very much. All right, Adetayo, do you want to give this team their feedback, please?
Thank you, Dr. Jimmy. Good afternoon, Daytopians. It's been a while. This team has done a good job. They've been able to come up with references on companies that are folded up while trying to do their marijuana business. Very good job. I'm looking for some figures. You have references, you have quotes, but I've not seen some figures to back up your point. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I can't find it. Also, there are some keywords that were pronounced wrongly, like target, pronounced as target, favorite, pronounced as favorites, or something like that. So we need to watch all these little things. That's the feedback from me. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Adetayo. Read one, you have a feedback or is it a question?
Yes, feedback, plus question as well. So first of all, you guys did very well. I like the slides. For one of the slides the slides were generally okay. The presentation was good, but I think it's a case study, so there's no right or wrong answer depending on how you do it. But I think you guys did not support the company in moving into new territory, but the reason that you gave, I don't think they were strong enough, right? I think you could have been, more creative with the kind of reasons you use to back your conclusion. So when you say economic policies, labor laws, I think those are too simplistic if you're going to do justice to this kind of case study. They are too simplistic, and I think maybe that's why Adetayo was talking about, seeing figures. It would have made sense if you could, give real facts about why we know what. If you're going to talk about economic policy, then it means no company in this world can establish business in another country because economic policy may be bad. Yeah. As it is, even from the case study, it looks like the government might even be supporting any company that will be promoting marijuana in their own country. So the future actually looks good if you are going to look at. But again, it's case study, so you can choose to either support or not. But if you are going to, be against it, you need to be, bring strong points. Let it be creative as well. So I think it was not. It was too simplistic. So you guys just did this book analysis of this case, economic policy, legal. These are the same thing that anybody can say. I would have expected something that is more practical. Economic policy, nobody, Dangote will not be Amazon will not be in another country with economic policy or legal policy. There's uncertainty everywhere. So you won't say because there's uncertainty, you won't do business. If it is because of uncertainty, nobody will do business again in this world now. So these are too simple and too, I think it could have been, better with the to back up your point with something that was more clear. So that's so then the social acceptance and market acceptance, I don't really get that. If maybe I need to understand your own perspective of social acceptance and market acceptance. I just don't see. Except you guys can explain what both of them mean, to you and social acceptance, I market acceptance. I don't really understand what that point is. So I think you could have just been a bit more creative to prefer solutions to your conclusions. So that was thank you.
All right, although your mic was going up and down. I'm not sure why, but yeah, I think the major part of what you asked for, I could hear it. I don't know if the team has a response they want to give with regards to everything the judges have said. If you do, just raise up your hand so that we don't have a lot of people talking after each other. But yeah, I really wish that all the teams that have presented can come together and they are like fusing all these strengths, because every team that's presented today have got unique strengths and they've got unique weaknesses as well. Like I said with the first presenter, this team actually gave examples of companies that have followed their recommendation and they are successful, which is the strength that I see with this presentation, the fact that you did that research. But like Ridwan has said, it's your evaluation is a facial evaluation. It lacks a lot of in-depth in it. Yeah, and I feel like that's my own feedback anyways. All right, in the absence of nothing to be said by the team, we're going to move on to the next team to just present, and that's OAU. So OAU will be analyzing the same case study, and the judges would decide which team actually did a better analysis at the end of the day. All right, OAU, are you sharing your slides, please?
Ma, you share first, Ma.
All right, just a minute. Okay, so I'm going to start your time, and once you start presenting, I would start your time.
All right, Ma. We are starting now. Can you hear me, Ma? Yes, we can hear you. All right. Good afternoon, Daytopians. It is a tremendous honor to be here, proudly representing the great citadel of learning. My name is Okpeyemi Janet Ariki, and I'm joined by my honorable team members, Susan Oyeyuade, Cessis Zinzu, and Oyelola Barnabas. Together, we are Team OAU. Next slide, Ma. We've been consulted by our client, Greenco, to give a professional advice. To the next slide, man. We've been consulted by our client, Greenco, to give a professional advice on whether Greenco should go forward with entering the new country or not. You might be wondering, who is Greenco? What do they do? And why new country? I'll be giving a quick insight into Greenco, into our client, Greenco is, what they do, and what they intend to do. Greenco is a commercial grower of marijuana that is based in a country called Progressive Country. As a business enjoying the benefits of economies of scale, Greenco has been flourishing so far in the Progressive Country. Greenco is also the market leader in the country. They produce fully and higher quality plants than any of their competitors. Greenco also developed an automated growing process, and this technology gives them an edge while still managing costs. Now, for Greenco to stay ahead of competition and to keep growing, they want to enter a new market in a country called the New Country. The New Country recently legalized recreational and medicinal use of marijuana for almost 3 years. There is no competition, and the social acceptance is 80%. Importantly, import and export of marijuana in the New Country is illegal. All marijuana must be grown domestically. The major expectation of Greenco in the New Country is to get at least 50% top-line growth and full payback within 5 years. Top-line growth refers to the company's revenue or gross sales. The big question faced now is, should Greenco go forward with entering the New Country or not? My team member, Susan, will proceed to give further analysis concerning the business from here. Susan, you have the floor.
Thank you, Okoyemi.
We've learned about what our client Greenco wants, which is establishing a new company in new country. As a member of Timoero, I would like to enumerate and explain some of the benefits, problems, and possible solutions Greenco can encounter during the course of this journey. Let's start with the benefits and advantages. We have the pioneer advantage, no or low competition, goodwill, social acceptance, and technological power. Now, with the pioneer advantage, pioneer strategy is one where a company has the first mover advantage to gain a large market share. Greenco was one of the first companies to begin producing and commercializing marijuana in progressive country. And this going into new country where the use of also entry companies, large new law which has just been made, that is the legalizing the recreational use of marijuana. Good. Accepted by the citizens of the country because the products are due to be the best and most consistent. Now, social acceptance is 80% is a plus for them. With their quality products and the social acceptance of 80% in new country, it is certain that Greenco will make huge sales. The technological process. The company has developed an automated growing process that enables them to produce fuller and higher quality plants than any of their competitors. Greenco can bring such automated process into new country where products are differentiated based on quality. Moving on to some problems which Greenco can encounter as they move into new country. Next slide, ma. Okay, we have the no import or export, huge initial capital, and 5-year payback period. Now, based on new country's law, all marijuana plants are expected to be grown locally. How can Greenco survive this? The huge initial capital. Greenco moving to new country will have to build itself from the scratch, as the import of marijuana is already prohibited. It is possible that the government of new country might place a limit on how much marijuana should be produced and sold, and this can limit the benefits Greenco will get in relation to the capital to be invested. Now, I'm still on the problems now. The 5-year payback period. The requirement of 5-year payback period might not be visible, considering some of the uncertainties that might occur or exist in the country. Some of the uncertainty might be natural disaster, or the government of new country can suddenly stop the use of marijuana, probably to the misuse of it, and might not be good enough, and the soil of new country might not be good enough to plant marijuana, or it might take a longer time to harvest the plant, the marijuana already planted, which might tie down their capital. Now, moving to the possible solutions. Solutions map. Plants, making analysis or investments, development and growth of marijuana plants. Greenco can establish a marijuana plant through the use of automated process in progressive country. They can also decide to plant marijuana in new country, but this depends on how fertile the land of new country is. Merging or acquiring existing company. In the case of huge initial capital, merging or acquiring an merging or acquiring a from that of security strength, projection and growth plan.
Thank you very much, Eniola. For our clients,
are you online?
Yes. Please, can you hear me?
Yes,
Hello,
I can hear you.
Okay.
I can hear you.
Thank you very much, Eniola. For our clients, Greenco, to go into the new country to commercialize marijuana effectively, they will need to develop a strategic plan. The next slide, ma'am. They need to develop a strategic plan. Some of the strategic plans are having a strong base in the country, growth by 50%, and investment which must not be more than 50% of their revenue. Having a strong base in the country, our clients, Greenco, can acquire 50% shares of an existing company shares in new country. which will give them a strong sense of ownership and also a strong base in the country. Also, growth by 50%. Our client desire to have a top line growth of 50%, and top line growth refers to the increase in gross revenue brought into the company and does not necessarily guarantee an increase in profit. But for our client to achieve a 50% top line growth, they will need to increase their sales by 50%. Investment that must not be more than 50% of their revenue. For our client Greenco to have a strategic plan in the new country, whatever investment they're making in assets, in any asset in new country, it must not be more than 50% of their annual revenue. Please, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
50% of their annual revenue. Quickly, let's say the financial projection of how our clients can get a full payback period of 5 years. The next slide, ma'am. We'll be using the simple investment appraisal. We'll be using one type of the investment appraisal, which is payback period. So we have our payback period formula to be payback equals to initial investment over annual cash flow. Our payback period is 5 years. We don't have our initial investment, but we have our annual cash flow, which is $200 million. So we'll be using the mathematical formula, making our initial investment X. By using the mathematical formula of making X the solid of formula, we'll be having X is equals to $200 million times 5 years. So we'll be having $200 million is equals, X is equals to $1 billion. So for our client to get a payback period of 5 years, the minimum investment it must make in new country will be $1 billion, and it must have a constant cash flow of 200 million revenue. Strategic plan is used to be able to get them on the long run, but they will need a growth plan to help them to sustain it into the unforeseeable future. Let's quickly check the growth plan that our clients can use. Our client Greenco is in a position for growth, given the competitive advantage it has in progressive country. And some of the growth strategy it has to use is focusing on reaching out to new customers and also increasing the market shares. Some strategic plan include organic growth. Our client Greenco can actually acquire a land in new country and where they can actually grow marijuana domestically. And also, since they also know the rudiment of commercializing and producing marijuana, they can also let some of their staff from progressive country into new country, which will ensure the normal process and best consistent way of producing marijuana without breaking any laws. And also, so they said they have 80% of social acceptance. This has actually given our client a +1. It means they have 90% assurance that growing marijuana in the country is actually very easy. We also have new channel of distribution. Our clients will need to develop a new channel of distribution in order for them to be able to commercialize their marijuana effectively. This includes e-commerce. They will have to be buying and selling of marijuana using the internet and also using mail order in order to distribute their products. We also have market development. According to AFOS Matrix, market development is one of the growth strategies that will enable a company to stay long in the long run. Our clients now will seek to sell their existing products, which is marijuana, into a new market. And how can this be done? This will be done through market research and also getting an insight of the customer's needs for them to be able to effectively commercialize their marijuana in the new country. Improved products. Our clients, they said they can also improve their products in a way that will suit the taste of the new customers they have in new country to enable them to be able to effectively commercialize marijuana in the country. We also have overcoming some specific challenges. This includes the SWOT analysis. Our clients will need to do research on the strengths, the weakness, the opportunities and threats of the new country for them to effectively grow in the new country. Given this growth plan, we believe that it is very possible for our clients to effectively grow marijuana in the new country without breaking any laws. I would like to hand over to my teammate Okoyemi to tell us the reason why our clients can actually proceed with the decision. Thank you.
Well done, Ceci. Reasons to proceed. As provided, Greenco is the market leader in the progressive country, so it has enough money to enter the new country market. Also, they have the sufficient experience, which makes it easier for them to commence operation as compared to a company that will be starting from the scratch. Moving on, there is 80% social acceptance in the new country, and Greenco already have the technology. It will be much more easier for them to commence their operation. From the financial projections, having a maximum amount of 1 billion investment can get our clients a full payback within 5 years. So this is viable enough. In conclusion, to the next slide. In conclusion, having considered all necessary factors, Team OAU thereby advised our clients, Greenco, to go forward to entering the new country. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you. Considering the fact that this is a team that had a lot of ECOPs during the week, I'm actually impressed by your presentation. The fact that within the short time that you guys had to come together as a team, you were able to put this together. Tremendously proud about you guys. Like, you guys make me proud.
Thank you.
All right, so I'm just going to call on Mr. Daytopia to give you feedback for your presentation.
Right, I just I really had to sit down with this one because it caught my interest. So I want to say well done to you guys. It's probably because it is green code. That's why you also used green all through the slides. But I love the fact that I could see the payback period and some structure as well with regards to your presentation. And there was a confident presentation. Considering your performance so far, glad you were able to pull this off. So well done to you guys.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Do we have any other feedbacks or questions from the judges? Or if you yes, we can.
All right. Thank you for your presentation, Team OAU. I don't really. Your presentation there were a lot of inconsistencies in your presentation. And I took note of it. So first of all, I think from case study, there's no other company in that country that is into marijuana as a company, right? And that's why they said there was no competition in the country anyway. So in one of the opening sentences, the speaker had said that they could go into the new company and acquire existing shares of another company. The case study clearly said that there was no other company. So I don't know where that was coming from. Then in the final presentation too, under the reason to proceed, the last speaker also said that they have enough money to establish a new company. So that's the inconsistency. So in the opening presentation, somebody said they should acquire existing shares, and then in the closing stage, somebody is saying they have enough money to establish a new company. So what exactly are you guys sticking to? Is it for them to create a new company or to buy an existing company? Buying the existing company will not even come into play because they ignore that company. So that's a big gap in your presentation. Then with your financial projection, I don't know how to so I'm going to I won't go hard on you with your payback computation because it was even a good idea that I use payback period. But of course, payback period, when you make investment decisions, payback period is the least method you will consider as a finance professional because it doesn't consider time value of money as a model thing. So that is the least. But again, I'm not going to hold you so highly on that because I know you guys are undergraduate, but in the real sense, payback period is the least method you have to consider. You probably should have considered your net book value and then to look at it for over 5 years and see what it will look like. But that's for the financial projection. Then your statement regarding if they want to achieve 50% revenue their investment must not be more than 50% of that. I don't understand that statement. I don't know where that is coming from. If you are even going to, so let's say I want to agree with you that the investment they want to make in the new country should not be more than 50% of their revenue. Your computation of the payback period does not even agree with that statement. When you were doing your payback period computation, you have mentioned that they need like 1 billion so that they can generate revenue of 200 million for 5 years. The question said they wanted 5% revenue growth. Their current 50% revenue growth, sorry. Their current revenue is 200 million. 50% of that is 100 million. So what we should be looking at in your um, in your projection should be 100 million. How can they achieve 100 million revenue in the next 5 years? And that's it. So if you're going to consider 100 million revenue in the next 5 years, then it means what you should be expecting in terms of investment will be maybe around 500 million, not 1 billion. So I mean, maybe there was a gap in your analysis of that particular injection, but that was not done correctly. So what else? Okay, so I think that will be all. So there were so many inconsistencies in your presentation and computation, and I just need you guys to know. You need to pay attention to details. If you are going to do anything, make sure you know what exactly you are doing and what exactly you are saying. So, well done, guys, for your effort.
Thank you
Thank you,
very
sir.
much, Ridwan. Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Ridwan. Yeah. Ridwan is the financial analyst here, so he would have been. He's the best person that could have given you feedback on your mathematical calculations in that aspect. So, thank you very much, Ridwan. Do we have any other questions or feedback from the judges, or if you are a mentor or a presenter as well, and you think you have something to say to the team? All right. In the absence of none, okay, Okoyemi, you wanted to say something?
Yes, ma'am. Concerning the analysis,
that's all.
I would just like to give a more clarification of that. Since the new country is an assumed country, it's not really a real country. So we only made an assumption that there will be some existing companies since the marijuana has been legalized for almost 3 years. So there could have been some small businesses, but they are not really competitive enough to up to our clients. That is why we gave an option of either acquiring an existing company or establishing their own business in that new country.
Okay, Opayemi, like we said during the briefing, the only thing that is not real is the name of the company. The case studies are real case studies. The information they've given you are real information. If they did not say in that case study that there are small business that needs to be acquired, then that means you don't need that information for your analysis. If they said in the case study that there is no business up and running, then that's all you need for that competition. The only thing that is unreal is the name of the company, and they've changed the name of the company so that just to protect the company as well. But the cases are actually real cases. Okay, all right, so moving on quickly. So judges, please do send your feedbacks and then let us know the team that actually did more justice to that presentation as well. Thank you very much. So quickly, we're going to be moving to the next case study, which is the next set of team, and they are the teams who will be analyzing the case study 1. That's the first case study. All right, okay, all right, thanks for that. So that's the case study 1, and the teams that will be analyzing case study 1 and Federal University of Lokoja. All right, so do we have both teams here, please? I can see that Federal University of Lokoja is here already. Do we have
yes, ma'am.
Uni Abuja here? Perfect, perfect. Do we have Uni Abuja here also?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, all right. So who's going first, please?
I will start.
Perfect, all right. So Federal University of Lokoja will be starting and they will be giving us a business analysis of the first case study. All right, do you want to share your screen?
Yes, ma'am, we'll share our screen.
Guys, once you start presenting, I'll start your timing.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Salam, please, can you share your screen?
Yeah, I'm sharing the screen. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Kifaya, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Miriam.
Okay, that's fine.
Mariam, can you see my screen now?
Yes, I can see your screen.
All right.
It's perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, Ma, we'll be starting now. Now, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yes, you can start.
Today, let's put ourselves as the CEO of the third largest cooperative grain company in India, a company that operates in 4 regions with a head office in the city of Dream, Mumbai, the third largest firm in grain selling, making 10 million tons of grains annually, selling 3 major grains, wheat, rice, and maize, which are collectively accumulated from individual farmers and then sold to large retailers and wholesalers, though without branding or packaging them. Then Mom and Pops, a supermarket business that started selling grains, now started to brand and package their products. Due to this branding and packaging style, consumers now rapidly demand for these packaged grains. Then our big question is this: will you advise the other firm, MC Grain, which is the business we'll be analyzing, to launch a branded grain product just like Mom and Pop? And this summarizes case study 1. Good day, mentors, mentees, and everyone present here today. I am Modupe Zubar, and here with me is Miriam Ibrahim, Joseph Obadofin, and Abdul Salam Abdulrazak, all representing Federal University Lokoja. We are more than excited to be here today to share our reasons behind our chosen advice to MC Grain, which we believe will put the firm in the right strategic direction. Therefore, let's relax to hear from Miriam our succinct points behind our recommended decision to MC Grain.
Thank you very much, Mudupe. Based on our extensive research and analysis, we recommend that McGreen should brand their products based on 2 main reasons, which are: 1, there is high expected growth rate, as you will see in our market analysis, and 2, additional branding cost has a chance of translating to increase in profit margin in the long run after MC Grain breaks even. Now, I'll be walking you through the marketing analysis. According to the United Nations India, it has a population of over 1.4 billion, with a yearly increase in growth rate and producing 310 million metric tons of food grains, with rice having a larger volume of 127 million metric tons in 2021, followed by wheat, which is the second largest, and maize being the fourth. This shows that the market for grain is very attractive and has been projected to grow at a robust rate. And has been projected to grow at a robust rate over the next 5 years at a CAGR of 8.5%, valuing to $1.8 trillion. And our target audience include 97% of Indians. This is according to Statista, which stated that 97% of Indians consume FMCG products, with rice being at the top. It will interest you to know that despite the large production, there is currently a shortage of grain in India. In other words, demand outweighs supply. And this has led to the government of India to impose a ban on exportation of grain in May 19, 2022. Also, looking at the branding aspect of goods, a good research work by Nelita Manalili titled Appropriate Food Packaging Solution for Developing Countries shows that 50% of Indians now prefer branded and packed goods to unbranded and unpackaged one. So why is the case? Modupe will walk us through the reasons why consumers are now adopting branded goods and also why MC Grain should adopt a branded one.
Thank you, Miriam. The following are the reasons why consumers consumer prefer branded food grains. 1, they believe the grains are safe when packed. It is protected from death and even exposure to insects and other things that are harmful to the health. Secondly, it makes it easy for them to order for their brand grains. For instance, if an Indian wants to purchase a product from Indiomat is just like a platform like Gigi. How will such person describe a grains that doesn't have a brand name? So you see, Customers only mention and purchase products with brand name online. Ladies and gentlemen, we recommend MC Grain to adopt branding and packaging because the success of any firm actually depends on a company to cater to its target audience through an innovative product, which is attractive and supplements the customer's lifestyle. And on the other hand, again, the aim of any business boils down to making profit. And to make this profit, we need to be current with the customer's taste. We need to keep reinventing the wheel. We need to have a variety of options for consumers to choose. Hence, product innovation, branding, and packaging is mandatory. And this brings us to paragraph 3 of the case study, which states that consumers are rapidly adopting branded products. And this is true because many studies have confirmed it. For instance, according to a study by Samuya Tewari titled Indians Prefer Buying from Companies That Take a Stand, it was stated that 82% respondents said that they prefer buying from companies that reflect their personal values. And 81% consumers want companies to take a stand on the social, cultural, and environmental issues close to their hearts. Moreover, 84% said their purchasing decisions are influenced by the words, action, the branding, and the packaging style of the company. Therefore, in order to ensure MC Grain reflects all of these wants of the consumers, it has to consider our MC Grain Go Unique strategy. Ladies and gentlemen, we bring to you the MC Grain Go Unique strategy, which is simply the repositioning of unbranded grains of wheat, maize, and rice to now be a branded one. It will include various sizes of kilogram, targeting the rich and the poor, the family man and bachelor, as well as university students. Now, let me hand over to Joseph to walk us through the competitive analysis for MC Grain.
Thank you, Modupe. Grain, as one of the third largest grain companies, has proven that one of its strengths is its structural composition of 5,000 farmers, strategically positioned to pool harvest resources of rice, wheat, and maize, which positions the company to consider branding and packaging. The second strength in it is customer base. Let's take a closer look at this. Apple, Coca-Cola, iPhone, Porsche. What do you feel when you see the names of these brands? They all provoke feelings as in quality, ego, and these are strong brands that enjoy outstanding brand equity. Grain can internally build the strengths by building a strong brand base. Lastly, market position. The market is saturated by other companies, and to conceptualize a brand in a consumer's mind. For example, a car maker may position its product as a luxury status symbol, whereas a battery maker may position its batteries as the most reliable and long-lasting. Emphasis is on the company's ability to distinctively distinguish its product quality and value from others. Grain, as the third largest grain company, can establish a brand designed for rice, wheat, and maize uniquely to control a significant market share. But one major weakness of Grain is its lack of product creativity. Moms and pop stores, as one of the top organized retailers in India, have given out opportunities for customers to recline to a particular brand. Creativity as an unending spiral in the internal operations of Grain, and it's our major highlight to identify externalities that will hamper or improve the strategic positioning and brand for Grain. Opportunities ahead for Grain is such that branding and packaging re-strategize Grain to explore market prospects, which allows them to form strategic alliance with top manufacturing and branding company and utilizing their strength focus, that is economies of scale. This positions them to tap into a new complementary market targeted at new consumer base. SWOT analysis overall recommends that Grain's strength can jointly undermine the impact of its weaknesses when branding and packaging is totally implemented. Now, Abdusalam, please tell us how profitable Grain will be after utilizing branding and packaging. Abdusalam.
Thank you, Joseph. We analyzed Grain revenue by taking the industry average price of grains, rice, wheat, and maize, which gives 33 rupee, 27 rupee, and 36 rupee respectively. This data was given from India Mart. The total revenue was estimated to be 96,000 rupee. Also, in analyzing the Grain cost, we used Vitera Limited Financial Cost Information, a company that produces similar goods with Grains, of which all of information were given from Vitera annual reports. So we estimated total cost per kg for grains to be 24,285, which gives Mark-Grain an estimated short-run profit of 22,000 which gives Mark-Grain an estimated short-run profit of 23,145. As you can see, it is possible Mark-Grain breaks even or even makes profit in the short run. Also, in analyzing the branding and packaging costs, there are three options for Mark-Grain. Firstly, there are the whole cost increments. Secondly, they bears the whole increment in cost. And lastly, both parties, that is Mark-Grain and consumers, bear the increase in cost together. However, we recommend the third option because it's more rational. It reduces consumer price and makes the goods more attractive. Also, based on our financial analysis, we believe that the cost will affect Mark-Grain only in short run and in the long run. It's also likely Mark-Grain will start to earn much profit. This is because the firm is likely to break even within a short period of time. Considering our market analysis earlier about the shortage gap between the production and consumption of wheat, rice, and maize, and also the fact that there is now high demand for brand grains. Now, Miriam will walk us through an implementation timeline for Mark-Grain.
Thank you very much, Abdusalam. Yes, I'll be walking you through an implementation timeline. So firstly, we recommend that Mark-Grain informs and educates all members of the cooperative farmers about the branding and packaging. They inform them on how it is likely to impact cost in both long run and short run. And this should take at most months. Secondly, we would like to emphasize cost reduction to Mark-Grain. And this is to ensure that the price of goods is made available at the lower cost and that it isn't higher than the market price. As such, we recommend that Mark-Grain reach out to low-cost printing firm and first step and second step should approximately take 2 months. Thirdly, Mark-Grain should launch a buy-time marketing campaign, and this is to make Mark-Grain's new identity known to the public. We recommend that Mark-Grain utilize more social media marketing, for instance, online advertisements. This is because, according to Statista, it was stated that approximately over 50%. Fourthly, we advise Mark-Grain to update their branding and marketing style when necessary. This is to stay updated with market trends and not to be caught unaware. And lastly, Mark-Grain should evaluate data and feedback from customer, as you want to drive a positive brand perception that will satisfy consumer and ultimately drive sales. The takeaway from us to Mark-Grain Cooperative is that they should help in and packaging because the market for grains has been forecasted for future economic growth. This decision will increase Mark-Grain's profit margin in the long run while also satisfying consumers. We are now open to the for questions.
Thank you very much, guys. I don't know who designs. Please, who designs your slides, please?
You're taking the word out of my mouth.
Oh my goodness, like, God, you guys put so much thoughts into your slides. You guys should be people, because man, you even designed a packaging material for them. That's like your graphics is
Thank you very much, ma'am.
expressive.
Thank
Good
you,
job,
ma.
guys. Yeah, good job. Please let me just ask who just between the two both of us who develops your slides?
It's actually a joint work between me and Miriam.
Oh, nice. You guys are really good. Great job.
Thank you very much, ma.
Okay, so I'm just gonna call on read one because I want you guys to. I'll call on read one, and Aditayo would then give you feedbacks because Aditayo is good with structural feedbacks as well. Okay, read one. The floor is yours.
All right. Dr. Jimmy, where did you get this shit before? These guys are cheats. We can't have these people in the same group. Is there a way we can donate them to other schools? Okay. So first of all, Dr. Jimmy said the slides were beautiful, very beautiful slides. It was one of the things that I had in my comments, but Dr. Jimmy had mentioned it. So the slides were very good. The presentation generally was engaging. I enjoyed it from beginning to the end. And then the presenters too. The first two presenters, I mean, they have so much energy, especially that first lady, Modupe, so much energy in the voice. I think we mentioned it in the last session, about the competition. So that was very good. Modupe, keep it up. And then you guys did the assignment well. I looked at the comments on the slide. The slides were good. I have two questions for you guys, but before then, so you guys were talking about branding, and I like the perspective that you brought it from. You look at it in two perspectives, in a non-financial perspective, when you're talking about the loyalty and the what wait. So using the example of Apple, right? Because of the brand, people attach a lot of ego to that brand, so that's why. So from the non-financial perspective, yeah, that was good, and then from the financial perspective, you're trying to analyze the extra cost of branding and we should get the cost. So that was very good as well. So I'll have to say, you guys have done very well with this presentation and with the slide. So let me ask you these two questions, and this is just for academic purpose, okay? Uh, there was a statistic I saw where you had a 2%, 81 and 84. I don't know where the statistics came from, and I didn't see the reference for that statistic. So if you could just switch to that quick. So let's look at the numbers itself. If we decide to, I'm just looking at it. Already they sell those grains already, and then so let's say they are making their margins and everybody's happy. If they decide to do branding, it will come at an extra cost. So their customers really, did you consider the fact that customers will not even, if there's no additional utility that I will get from branding from a product, so why would I want to spend extra to buy that product? Because it's going to increase for the customer, and I don't know if there's any, because they are not selling directly to, they are selling to large retailers that will still resell, and those guys that will still resell to, I think, I don't know, they might also do branding. So why, exactly should I get that cost if I'm getting everything that I want, I'm getting it already. So why should I want to pay extra for a utility that I may not get from that branding cost? So it's just to save you guys in advance. But we guys had a very good presentation and get it from the meeting. Well done, guys.
Thank you very much, Ridwan. Aditayo, do you have any other comments?
What do I want to say when Gary one has finished analyzing everything? What do I want to add? Anyways, good job, guys. You've done well with the analysis. And from my own end here, I could say that you've considered both sides and you've justified it. Albert, I would have loved if you can bring out something about this, the price at which they are selling when they were not packaging and when they are packaged. And also, this case study is talking about they perceive that supermarket is coming into the market. What percentage of the market share is being taken by the supermarket that will warrant them to quickly rush to branding? For example, if they are controlling 100% of the market share and the supermarket is coming in to take 10%, are they willing to let go? What's the opportunity cost of letting go? But as Mr. Ridwan has said, it doesn't take anything away from your point. This is a very good job. Well done. Thank you.
Thank you very much. See, the good thing is that when you do a good job, you get critical feedbacks, and it helps you to think for the future, for a future presentation, which is really good. Great job, guys. Thank you. Thank you very much. Do we have any final feedbacks from any of the judges who would like to say one or two things?
Please, what team is the what school are they representing?
University of Law, Federal University of Lokoja.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Khalid, any feedback from you or questions or additions?
I just joined the call, so.
All right. That's all right. Okay. Thank you very much, guys. All right. Quickly, we'll go to University of Abuja, and they will be analyzing the same case study, and then the judges would decide which team did a better job at analyzing the case study. Okay, Uni Abuja, you told me that you wanted me to present your slides for you, right? If I'm correct.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, just give me 1 minute. I've got a lot of slides downloaded. I just need to find yours. Just bear with me 1 second there. Okay. Okay, sorry. So the file was really heavy, so it wasn't. I wasn't able to download it initially. I actually thought it was downloaded. Just give me 1 minute, please.
Our most esteemed judges and the audience. My name is Sonia John, a representative from Team Uni Abuja, and we've been given a case study on one of our clients, Make Grain Cooperative, which is the third largest grain producing seller in the Indian market, and we've been asked to advise them with respect to branding of their grain products. Please now, I would like you all to meet the team. First, we'll have the team leader in the person of Oluwapelumi Olayinka, and aside her, 2 other good team players, Onwukwe Christopher and Anomajulu Uche. Now, from the migrant cooperative case study we were given, in every case study or structure in an organization, extreme care must be taken not to take or mistake the symptoms as the core problem that needs solution. And as such, we must identify the root cause if we truly want to recommend or advise rightly. Therefore, before my team and I will give an absolute advice or recommendation to our clients, we would like to take you through what Migraine Cooperative is and are doing, the products offered, alongside their top-selling products, their observation through a market survey they carried out, the problem spotted, and solution and advice to solving this. Please, let's sit back and have a watch. Ma, please, the previous slides. Yes, this one. This is the video, Ma.
Okay, I'm gonna have to stop this. It's not the video is not playing. Let me see if I send it to Diwali, if Diwali can work with it on his end, because it's not playing for my end. I can't even see the video.
Apologies on that, ma.
No, that
Magrain is a cooperative of 5,000 farmers in rural India. As a cooperative, the farmers come together to sell their grains to retailers and wholesalers. They are the third largest grain seller cooperative in India and sell 10 million tons of grains annually. They have operations in 4 regions in India and a head office in Mumbai. Magrain mainly sells 3 types of grains: rice, wheat, and maize. The grains are collected from farmers in the cooperative and then sorted, packed, and stored at facilities across the region. Magrain then sells its grain to large retailers and wholesalers across the country and abroad. Customers make the payments to the Magrain cooperative, which then is forwarded to the bank accounts of the individual farmers. Magrain's management has observed that their market is changing rapidly in India. Mom and pop stores have given way to supermarkets, and consumers are rapidly adopting branded products. A branded grain product is a packet of grain, such as rice, wheat, or maize that can be recognized by a specific brand name and attractive brand design on the packaging. Historically, Magrain's products have been delivered unbranded, in plain packaging. Magrain is considering launching a branded grain product into the Indian market and has asked you to advise on whether they should do so.
Thank you for the watch. Now, to reiterate, our client is the third largest grain producing seller across 4 regions, headquartered in Mumbai, having annual sales turnover of 10 million, selling to wholesalers and retailers, but historically they have sold in plain packaging. But now, from a recent observation, they found the market to be changing rapidly, and the mom and pop stores giving way to supermarkets, with the customers, the consumers, quickly adopting branded products. At this point, to outline the symptoms, you may say a change in the consumer's preferences, the rapidly changing market, the need for innovation, and the fact that the company's products are not branded. But however, this isn't the problem which our client Magrain is faced with. These are, however, the symptoms. The problem which our client is faced with is a potential decline in profitability, of which, if these symptoms are not tackled on time, would induce and result into the problem. Now, this leads us to the next big question. Should our clients Magrain brand their products, or rather continue their sales in plain packaging? At this point, I will hand over to my colleague Christopher to take us through the benefits of branding and packaging. Thank you very much.
Walking us through the problems identified by Magrain. Now, according to Reynolds 2007, branding is a way for businesses to differentiate their products and services and establish a reputation that will build customers' loyalty. Having gone through the meaning of branding, let's highlight some benefits and disadvantages of branding. For the benefit, it creates an identity for Magrain in the market, as it makes consumers to start to recognize Magrain and associate them with their product. In the words of Steve Jobs, packaging can be a theater. It can create a story. Also, branding and packaging Magrain's products build trust and loyalty between Magrain and its customers. Trust from customers is one of the most important things a business can have, but this isn't always easy to gain. According to the case, Magrain is the third largest supplier of food grain product in India. This speaks volume about the quality of their products. Already now attaching a name to that quality of goods helps to build trust and loyalty between Magrain and its customers, and which gives Magrain competitive advantage. The case stated that consumers are adopting branding products, but it was never expressly stated that the consumers were already adopting branded grains products. And given the fact that we don't have any information about other cooperatives that have launched branded grain product in the Indian market, hence our assumption that no one has launched branded grain product yet, and Magrain being the first to do so in a rapid changing market, give them competitive advantage. Risk management. Another benefit of branding Magrain products is that consumers will prefer to buy a brand they know and trust. And also it creates business value. A solid brand and package will give value to the Magrain cooperative more than other physical products, as customers patronize brand, not cost of asset or worth of the company. but because of the value created in the market. Also, it generates referrals. Consumer will be able to refer migraine product to family and friends. And further, it leads to further growth and profitability for migraine. Since the market is moving and migraine is also following the trend of the market, it keeps them abreast of the situation. And with our assumptions of migraine being the pioneer of branded grain product in Indian market, will lead them to own a large portion of the market share, which in the long run will lead to the growth and increased profitability. Now, the disadvantage of branding and packaging migraine products, just one, which can be costly. The biggest disadvantage of branding and packaging is that it involves huge costs because brands are not created overnight, and companies have to spend sums on advertising and publicity. But for migraine, the cost of advertising can be eliminated as they already have a network of big retailers and wholesalers, and they operate in the 4 regions of India. So advertisement will be minimal, just the cost of branding and packaging alone. That's why, to minimize the cost, the company needs to brand in comparison with production. According to a report by the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare in India, rice has the highest level of production than wheat, quail, cereals, and maize. So they should split their branding product according to the level of production for each grain product to minimize this cost. Right now, at this point, I'll hand over to my teammates to walk us through the advantage of unbranding products for migraine. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Chris, for walking us through the advantages and disadvantages if migraine decides to stay branded. They decide to brand and package a product. Now, if migraine decides to stay unbranded, which means they actually just package their products without actually putting a name or a logo for the consumer to actually recognize their product, then one of the advantages that it is cost effective. But as the case may be, it's not currently so again in India, because the government has introduced a 5% levy called the goods and service tax on unbranded packaged goods, which will in turn increase the price of unbranded goods. That means for every one package of unbranded goods you sell, there's a 5% tax that you're meant to pay to the government for goods and service. Experts also predict that this move could actually accelerate brand products being consumed more. In the words of Akshay D'Souza, Chief Growth and Insight Advisor, he said, "We have been seeing a shift towards branded products every year." He said, for instance, in the case of rice, there has been a 5% shift in consumption from unbranded to branded in the last 3 to 5 years. He said, there's going to be a 7% upward shift in the consumption of branded products within the next few years. So unbranded products now are even very expensive to actually even market and sell. So now we'll look at the disadvantage if migraine decides to remain unbranded. Can we move to the next slide, please? Sir, the next slide, sir. Now, one disadvantage is that if migraine decides to remain unbranded, is that they are not identified. There's no identification for migraine in the market. Now, consumers won't know them and won't be able to distinguish their products from other products, as what we have in the case, the case we currently have right now. And then they cannot really have a loyal customer base, as customers don't even know migraine, much less being loyal to them or patronizing them based on loyalty. Now, they also tend to lose market shares, as we stated earlier, that we assume, based on the fact that we're not giving any information as regards any cooperative that has launched branded products. If migraine fails to take advantage of this changing taste of consumers, the case pointed that the market is evolving, and if competitors take advantage of this rapid change before migraine, then migraine will lose market shares. Just like in the words of Stephen Ellops, the former Nokia CEO, he said, "We didn't do anything wrong, but somehow we lost." So it's not about not doing anything wrong, but you have to consistently and consciously keep evolving as the market trends tend to change over time. Now, they also experience a potential decline in sales revenue. There might be a potential decline in sales revenue of migraine in losing market shares, meaning losing customers, and losing customers leads to a decline in market shares. So with this, I'll hand over to Pelumi to walk us through the recommendations we are preparing for migraine and give us our final thoughts on this topic. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Balaji, for that nice presentation. Next slide, please. So the next slide. Hello, the next slide. Thank you. So putting into consideration the pros and cons of getting branded or not, here's our recommendation to migraine. Next slide. According to Krishnamon Yayapati, who is the director of Emami Agrotech, small retailers are the ones who sell maximum unbranded packaged food, and many of them buy in bulk and sell in small packs. They are related to the mom and pop stores who are giving way for supermarkets. This implies there will be fewer retailers that sell the unbranded products, thereby increasing the market share of branded products in the market. Just to note, supermarkets do not sell unbranded products. Next slide, please. Taking a look at this graph, it shows the supply percentage of branded versus unbranded goods in the Indian market. It can be deducted that the rate of supply of branded products is high, which means they are purchased more by customers as consumers determine what they buy and what manufacturers produce. On this note, we will advise Magre to launch their branded grain product, and this is the only change needed, as Magre does not need to cultivate a new form of grain, but focus more on branding and packaging their existing products. Next slide, please. Taking a look at this graph, it shows the volume of food grain produced in India, and it can be seen that Grain produces 3 out of the top 4 foods, which are rice, wheat, and maize, which are rice, wheat, and maize. And given the existing supply chain of large retailers and wholesalers across the 4 regions of India and also over the shores, they are more than ready to be successful at this. In conclusion, the fact remains that there is rapid change in the market as consumers are already tilting towards branded products, which is independent of the decision Grain makes. So to stay afloat and retain its current market size, Grain should launch its branded grain products into the Indian market and also make an affiliation with these emerging supermarkets. Thank you. That will be all for our business review.
Oh, wow. I actually didn't want you guys to stop. Oh my goodness. Great job, guys. Great job. I think the only, just give me 1 minute, please. Yeah, great job, guys.
Emmy. Can everyone hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Great job, guys. I think the only thing I personally do not like about this presentation is the effect that you guys put to it. I feel like, to be honest, you can do without the effect and you still have a very great presentation. That's the only thing I didn't like, because sometimes when your presentation are online, the effect can at times make it slow for you to receive it at the other end. So that's the only reservations I have about it. However, I'm going to call on Mr. Ridwan to give you feedback.
Wow. I thought Senator with the previous team, I didn't know these guys were just warming up for us. This is very good. And they're making our job very difficult here because I really don't know, how to, I don't know. So anyway, Team Abuja, you guys are very good. From the moment I saw your pictures, I was expecting something dope, and that was what you guys delivered. So first of all, your slide is very good, professional slide, I must say. Then the fact that you started with a video, that was important and it was unique. The presentation was very engaging as well. So I mean, it was just the contrast between the presentation and the previous presentation. So the previous presentation was a lot of energy, but in your own case, it was not that it was dull, but it was moderated. I like the flow. It was good, and the energy level was stable as well. So you guys did a very good job with that. Then the analysis itself, the branding, I like the perspective that you brought in. You guys explained better why they needed to brand their product. And then there was a chart that you introduced at the end that showed the chart of branded versus unbranded and own, I don't know what that is, actually own brand or um I don't know what that own is, but that chart, very good. And it was, the good thing about putting charts in your slides is that pictures, they say, and it says 1,000 words. when you use pictures, tables, charts, they explain your points more than talking about it. So seeing that picture alone, I have it somewhere in my head and I can always visualize it anytime I want to put it because it shows clearly, from that picture. I mean, we can talk about the financial and the economics of whether they should brand or not. That's another, conversation entirely. I mean, if we want to delve into it and then we look at the economics, it might not even make sense to brand, but that's not what we're discussing now, okay? But from that picture, it's clear that you don't need to brand because it looks like people patronize branded items more than unbranded ones. So it was really good. I like the flow. I like the presentation. So maybe the ending could have been better. The way the presentation. It was so good that it didn't end well. If I should use that word, I think I should have had a strong conclusion. So because we've had a strong presentation also, and then the last thing is like I just said after the last time, you just said, oh, that would be no, give a strong conclusion to say, we'll consider whatever, and then based on this, I mean, that would have been a better conclusion than the way it's ended. But it's not taking away from your presentation. You guys have done well with your slides, and they've done well with the presentation too. So well done to you guys. Well done.
Well done. Please, Mr. Daytopia, can you just quickly put up that branded and unbranded slide, please? Okay, so personally, I feel that this is a very good slide. It supported your work in a lot of ways. But can I just ask, where did you get the slides from, please? Oh,
Okay, sorry, ma. I like to answer that, ma.
yes.
Okay, so ma, we got it from a research work by supply chain management practices and scope for bullwhip effects in India markets, India grocery businesses.
Okay. And do you have a reference for that at the end of your at the end, please?
Yes, ma'am. There's a reference to that, ma'am.
All right. It would have just been nice if just below that slide, that chart, just put a small source, something like source, this, so that it's easy for just the way you put it in this slide. Now you can see source, Ministry of Agriculture. This is nice, but the other chart as well, since it's not your chart, it's not you that came up with the chart. Or even if it was you that developed the chart, but you got the data from somewhere else, you can also say that you need to reference that source as well, that this is the compiled from the particular source. Yeah, even though it was you that created the chart. That was the only thing that I saw with it. Because once I look at the slides, I want to confirm that where you get the data from as well. But your charts, your slides are really, really good. Great job, guys. I'm just going to say this. So because we randomly allocate you guys to pair each other, and when your name came up with University of Lokoja, I was excited because I felt like who best could actually come against University of Lokoja, like and to be honest, I think that these two teams are actually very strong teams, and great job to you guys. Great job. All right, please, anybody else have anything else to say or to add? Can the judges also please send their feedbacks, their scores, and the best team that did it for this case study to the team as to the platform as well. Thank you very much. Okay, well, Okiki was asking that should they go, since we still have one more team to present. It all depends on you. You can either stay, you can decide to go and come back as well, but just make sure that you are in here before the start of your presentation. All right, so the next team that is presenting would be Nsuka, Beta, and
Yes, ma'am. We're here, ma'am.
yeah. All right. And they will be walking us through the case study 2. They'll be walking us through the second case study. All right. All right. I can see that Nsuka Beta is here. Do we have UI Beta as well? Can somebody just confirm that UI Beta is here as well?
Yes, ma, we are here.
Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right. Who is going first?
Ma will go first. Nsuka.
Okay. All right. That's all right. That's all right. Do you want to share your screen? Or do you want me to do that for you?
Kingsley will be sharing our
Perfect.
slides.
Perfect. Perfect. I'm sure Miriam is like, hey, what will happen now? I'm sorry, guys. I just wanted to pull Miriam's leg. I'm sure Miriam is thinking, oh, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen now? Okay. Once you have your slides up, I would start your time.
Good afternoon, judges and
Sorry.
Daytopians.
Before you start, can you please rotate your screen as well, please?
All right, Kingsley, please, can you do that for us?
Thank you. All right, you can start.
Good afternoon, judges and Daytopians. I and my team members today will be helping Pure Fresh Sandwiches to identify new growth opportunities to be implemented over the next 5 years. This team consists of Chisom Osuwa, Kingsley Okpara, Ejaita Favor, and James Undukwe. So we'll be moving straight to the facts. What are the facts of our clients, Pure Fresh Sandwiches? 1, the name of the company is Pure Fresh Sandwiches. 2, it is a sandwich company. 3, it is the 3rd largest chain of sandwich stores in the world. 4, they made sales worth $5 billion last year. 5, growth has been slowing down in recent years. 6, a new CEO was hired to improve profits. 7, they currently have a team working on cost reduction. 8, the client is looking for opportunities that will take revenue growth from 1% per annum to 3% plus over this period. 8, market growth has also been 1% per annum, so it is a general problem. 9, the client is looking for opportunities that can be implemented and being yielding benefits within the next 5 years. They are not looking at growing outside their core business or launching new brands. Will also be moving straight to the problem of our clients, Pure Fresh Sandwich. Stunted growth. What is the problem? Stunted growth, which is a phenomenon that occurs when business owners, employees, and outside factors influence the success of a company. A company growth is stunted when it is not able to perform or it is prevented from growing or developing to its full potential. What is needed for our clients? That's what do our clients need to do to, grow their revenue? They will have to take revenue growth from 1% per annum to 3% plus. Since the revenue last year was $5 billion, we can assume that the previous year was $4.9 billion. That is a $50 million growth. The company therefore needs an increase in revenue of over $160 million for the next 5 years to achieve a 3% plus growth per annum. I'll be handing over to James, who will be telling us the alternatives our client, Pure Fresh Sandwich, needs to, take to increase revenue. James, are you on the call? Okay, Chisom, can you quickly take the alternatives for us? Seems as if James' network is a bit shitty right now.
Good evening. I'll be taking the alternatives.
And the list of alternatives I would advise Pure Fresh Sandwiches to take are: number one, the place. Pure Fresh Sandwiches should invest marketing efforts into expansion in other locations. This means worldwide expansion of product offering and distribution. Offering products outside of the current geographical location being occupied, these generate new revenue streams. Picking territories hold promising international markets in which US-based companies can successfully grow, as well as keep in mind that international ventures aren't just for large conglomerates. Even small and medium enterprise can grow from engaging international customers more closely. Second is another alternative is promotion. This is one of the core components of marketing. The goal of promotion is to communicate to customers that they need these products and that it is priced appropriately. Promotion encompasses advertising, public relations, and the overall media strategy for introducing a product. This alternative would help in creating new marketing opportunities and new customers would bring about an increase in revenue. Another alternative is increase in customer retention. A company's capacity to keep customers is known as customer retention. The percentage of a consumer a business keeps over its entire number of customers within a certain time frame is how retention is calculated. Another alternative I would suggest Pure Fresh Sandwiches to take is a pricing, which can be part of a company's marketing strategy. It is the process by which a company determines the price at which it will offer its goods and services. Increasing the price of goods will speedily increase revenue, but on the long term wouldn't be a solution. This can also bring about a decrease in customer based off the fact that customers switching costs in the industry is low. Deborah, you should take the solutions. What are the effective solutions?
All right. So I'll be taking, okay, the most effective solutions. What are they? What are the solutions that our clients will be, needing to increase revenue? One is promotion. From 2020 to 2025, the number of people worldwide who use social media is expected to grow from 3.6 billion to 4.4 billion. That's over half of the entire planet population scrolling through the social feeds. We advise Pure Fresh Sandwiches to create positive association with popular celebrities. This action easily puts the company's offer in that feel-good zone for readers. Getting celebrities and public figures to endorse their product, we rub off on the company's brand. So put simply, we look for a household name and a popular celebrity, for example, Dwayne Johnson. Get them to endorse our products, sign papers. This will in turn have a positive impact on our sales and our sandwiches, pastries and drinks, given that the celebrity endorsements will lead to a positive relationship between them and our clients, Pure Fresh Sandwiches, as it talks positively about Pure Fresh Sandwiches in the TV ads. The consumer must subconsciously decide whether they either like Dwayne Johnson and Subway OR or dislike both components. In selecting Dwayne Johnson as an endorser in the United States, Pure Fresh Sandwiches possesses a national hero and uncontroversial figure who has a largely positive reputation among target consumers, therefore maximizing potential for favorable perceptions and transferring onto our sandwiches, which is our client's product, which is Pure Fresh Sandwiches. A celebrity endorsement will also increase sales by approximately 4% almost immediately. Likewise, global media news source Ad Age found that a company's stock may rise by up to 25% once a celebrity or athlete partnership is announced. 2, augmented customer retention strategies. High customer retention rates that a majority of your customers are repeatedly choosing to purchase your products or services depending on their relationship with their brand. Historically speaking, companies have often undervalued customer retention's importance. Instead, concentrating on customer acquisition in an effort to demonstrate growth to their stakeholders. Research has shown that 44% of companies make acquisition to the priority, while only 18% focus on retention. However, these figures are changing as more businesses and marketers become aware of how important their client retention is to long-term revenue development. In comparison to new customers who have a 20% chance that they tend to make larger purchases, it is also typically less expensive to retain customers than to attract them. In fact, according to the Harvard Business Review, it can be anywhere from 5 times to 25 times more expensive to acquire a new customer than to keep an existing one. What are the best strategies our clients could use in retaining customers? 1, educate your customers on the most effective use of your products or services, both before and after purchase. 2, provide outstanding customer service with multiple service channels and fast, accurate responses that solves customer issues. 3, create a shared program where loyal customers who spend more get valuable rewards, from accelerated earning to exclusive promotions. 4, collecting and mapping customer data like transaction histories, customer service interactions, and loyalty program data will help prevention and identify where the wants of your customer intersects with your business objectives. 5, offer convenience with features like fast shipping, free returns, and or mobile pickup orders. One of our competitors that we're giving in these case studies, Subway. And if you are a fan of Korean dramas, you could see that the delivery services of our competitors, which is Subway, they are very, very fast. So we could tell our clients here, we're going to, advise them to also adopt fast delivery services, because it's a competition and we want to take over our competitors. So that's just it. And then I'll be handing over to Kingsley to conclude on this presentation. So Kingsley, can you conclude for us? Kingsley, are you on this call? Okay, Chisom, can you take the conclusion?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can take the conclusion.
All right. Please go on. Thank you.
So with augmented customer retention and endorsing a celebrity, and combining these two alternatives would increase growth over 3% annually within the next 5 years. Thank you very much for your time.
Hello, sorry. So I will take the conclusion. Sorry, I'm sorry for the interruption.
All right, you could add to what Chisom had
said. The purpose of this review was, the purpose of this review was aimed at bringing solutions to the problem of stagnant growth in the company. We recommended promotion and augmented customer retention strategies as the solutions to this problem. An example of a company with a strong customer retention strategy is Coca-Cola. Being a company established almost 140 years ago, you can just tell Coca-Cola sure knows how to retain its customers. When Coca-Cola launched the Share a Coke campaign, people went crazy. They basically changed the brand name on Coca-Cola with actual people names. You can tell it was a lot. We recommended this because there are positive correlation between the solutions and switching costs. Switching costs refers to the amount a consumer spends in switching products. In the sandwich industry, the switching costs are low. Henceforth, solutions must be carefully picked to avoid customer loss. In conclusion, combining the two alternatives with increased growth by over 3% over the next 5 years. Thank you.
Thank you very much, guys. Debbie and Chisom, what's going on with you guys? Both of you are very strong presenters with very confident presenters that I know of within the team. Don't get me wrong, that doesn't mean that the other team members are not great, but I'm very conversant with Debbie and Chisholm. And I don't know, it seems to me like you guys were dragging a bit today, like you are not holding the presentation as you usually would. What's the problem?
The person that was meant to step in line after Debbie was not available. So it sort of scattered the entire situation. We're very, very sorry for that.
All right. Yeah, that's understandable, but yeah, you guys need to just, it would have been nice if you guys could just, yes, put away the emotions behind the fact that you are disappointed that the person is stepping and still retained. At a point, Debbie was losing her cool at a point, and I could sense the anger in her tone, which she shouldn't.
The problem is that I'm not really fine, and then I wasn't meant to be presenting. You know, I told you I was having an exam today, so
yeah.
I thought my even favor is not yet back. You know, so that was what contributed. So I'm not too fine. Plus the fact that I didn't really prepare for this presentation. So when I came in, they told me I knew that favor will not be presented. So I was like, oh, I need to, you know, present. So it won't be like Chisom and what do you call it? Kingsley will be doing the whole work. And we actually planned that James will also assist, but then I don't know, his network was having issues. So that was why
All right, that's all right, guys. I just noticed it, and that's why I'm talking about it, because I was really expecting so much from you guys, but that's fine. Okay, that's just my own feedback for you guys. But I don't know if other judges have got feedbacks with regards to your presentation as well. Okay, let me see. Adetayo, do you have any feedbacks for them with regards to their presentation, please?
Well, I won't judge their efforts because I know definitely they will have put in much effort to this, but I didn't feel it at all. At a point, it was kind of, let them just finish. I won't lie to you. I won't lie to you. I don't know what was missing, but as you have said, probably because their strong presenters are not pushing it. Even I had to go back to the case study to go and check that. How is it relating? They have good points, but they were just doing it as if they were just reading their slides. No energy, no synergy. And it wasn't, this is not their best performance. I agree with you. So that's it for me. Thank you.
Yeah, it's quite disappointing because I've seen this team, do much more better. They've gone against some of the very strong. Don't get me wrong when I say strong teams. It's just because they are much more out there. It doesn't mean that all the other teams are not strong. But what I was just trying to say by saying strong team is because they are much more vocally strong. Yeah, that's the term I meant when I say strong team. So I've seen them go against some of these vocally strong teams, and they've done really well. So personally, I just feel like this is not the best from you guys, but great effort, great job. Great effort. Yeah. Okay. All right. So we're going to quickly go to the next presentation. And somebody wanted to say something.
Yeah, I was raising my hand. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. I didn't see that.
That's all right. So I wanted to say a bit more, but listening to you guys and the challenges, I wouldn't just go, and the mentors already spoke about it, so I wouldn't go there anymore. It's just one thing I wanted to add is that just remember when you're making a conclusion, you need to make sure it's a conclusion. The conclusion looked like it was even another analysis, right? You brought in new facts, new data, so if it's a conclusion, it has to be something you've said before, you're just reiterating, you're just trying to add everything together, summarize it, and but rather than that, you were adding new facts, analyzing all over again, which could have been in the body of the presentation. Also, I think at this point, I think this has happened to you a couple of times. The first time, I think one of your team members, the network issue affected. So I think this is the third phase. I feel like, Deborah, I hope you are feeling better now. Sorry about, I understand you. I understand your concerns, and I understand your situation, and you had exams, but you have to make sure that you are prepared for it. Okay, if someone does not present, like we always say, if someone does not present, don't let it get to you too much, right? Focus on it, try to still salvage something, try to still make a good performance out of it, and try to uplift the spirits in the team. If for some reason, network issue, perhaps one of your team members could not present, you are stepping in. Just try as much as possible to still be positive. It's easier said than done, but it's a skill that you need to learn. So that's just it for me. But uh, hopefully next phase will be a lot more better from you guys. Well done for the efforts, Deborah, Chisholm, Para. Well done. Okay. All right, guys.
All right, I was just going to quickly add that, and I think this cuts across a lot of teams as well. And I've said this several times, please know your words, know your word. What is basically, what did that person call it? Like, you need to know your words. Search Google and see what the right pronunciation is. Don't use words loosely. And it's very annoying when you cannot pronounce basic words. It's okay when it's if it's probably all these French adopted words, all these really hard words to actually pronounce. But when you pronounce just basic words and then you pronounce it the wrong way, it's so annoying. So please, guys, one of the things you're going to learn out of Daytopia is to use your words right and pronounce and use the right pronunciation as well. All right, quickly, we're going to go to the next team, which is UI Beta. I hope you guys are ready for me.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes,
hello, ma'am. Thank you very much. Business. We would love to crave your indulgence on a number of things, ma'am. I would love to inform you about them. First of all, we have had very serious electricity issues. We are in school currently, and in fact, one of our members is unavoidably absent. There's no lights through the night, and now, in fact, I have to use my partner's phone. Mine is dead as well to ensure that we take on our part of the presentation. So, ma'am, three of us will be presenting and sharing our collective analysis, ma'am.
All right, that's all right. But please just let me know at least 24 hours before the presentation that a team member will be missing, so I can communicate this as well to the team.
All right, thank you very much, ma'am. Please, if you don't mind, we'd love to turn our videos on as we begin to share our slides, ma'am.
All right, that's all right.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Can I just quickly ask, are you guys suited for this? Or you guys have a presentation or something elsewhere?
For this, sir.
Hey, you have my attention, guys.
Is Tijani also suited for this?
So I'll have to share my slide now, ma'am.
All right, that's all right. Share your slide, please. Oh, sorry. Okay.
So we'd love to begin now, ma'am.
All right, your time starts now.
George Clayson, author of The Richest Man in Babylon, declared, "Money is plentiful for those who understand the simple laws which govern its acquisition, and we could not agree better. We at UI Better Consulting, a business strategy and growth firm, and we understand the simple laws that govern the acquisition of money. Today, we are undertaking a public exhibition of what we professionally do at our firm. But just before we get into the business analysis and advisory session with one of our clients, let's meet the UI Better Consulting team. Here we have Babatunde Ogodo, our corporate director and president with 15 years experience in corporate business management. We have Joshua Abidoye, our head of business advisory. We have Adia Kombi, Josephine, our distinguished head of marketing. And finally, I am Idoa Ademola, the head of strategies and resources. We have broken down our collective analysis, and in the spirit of teamwork, we would be tackling different aspects of it. Let's get to work. Today, we are analyzing and advising one of our clients, Pure Fresh Sandwich, and having communicated with their legal representative, we have due permission to undertake this public session. Our client owns one of the largest chains of sandwich stores in the world, and like its competitors, it sells a range of sandwiches, teas, drinks, and snacks. However, our client has noticed a slow growth rate and has thus hired us to identify new revenue growth opportunities to be implemented over the next 5 years. Our main assignment, as stated by the client, is to advise on how Pure Fresh Sandwich can accelerate revenue growth over the next few years. Mr. Babatunde, you may proceed with the discourse.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ademola, for that scintillating introduction. I'll go straight into an analysis of the situation on ground. In kickstarting our advisory session, it is pertinent to state what revenue is, and it is relevant, and it's also relevant to do this. According to the Corporate Finance Institute, revenue is the total value of sales of goods and services within a period. It does not equate profit, though it is a determining factor to profit. Thus, when we say strategies to accelerate revenue growth, we mean strategies to improve sales in the business. John Coffer, an author of two international business bestsellers and the world-class business mogul, declared that there are 4 ways to accelerate revenue growth in a business. 1, increase the number of customers. 2, increase average transaction size. 3, increase the frequency of transactions per customer. And 4, raise your price. The case study is a critical one that requires critical attention, and that is exactly what we are here to do. And we, the UI Better Consulting team, has been able to run a comprehensive diagnosis rooted in critical assessments while offering associating remedies backed by proven and accurate strategies. Our strategies are first in line with those given by John Coffer, while expounding on other solutions we came up with as a team that will contribute in no small way to achieving the goals of Pure Fresh Sandwiches, accelerating them within the ranks, towards up the ranks within the next 5 years. I'll go straight to my recommendation and analysis paper. Firstly, it is pertinent to improve and ensure optimum customer experience and fulfillment. This fulfillment in retail chains like that of our clients is, according to King Shook and others in the 2015 research, key to improving sales. If customers get the perfect fulfillment, a stellar experience, if customers get the perfect fulfillment, that is a stellar experience whenever they decide to get our clients' sandwiches, then we can be rest assured that they will keep returning to relive the experience. This customer experience begins the moment the customer steps foot on the premises. Items in use should depict class, foot mats, furniture, etc. Smiling, our waiters should be smiling, they should be courtly, and they should be neatly dressed, while staff should also accentuate the experience. The speed and ease of the process of buying are also vital. This feeling of excitement would imprint the brand in the customer's mind. In fact, according to superoffice.com in 2022, 86% of buyers are willing to pay more for a great customer experience. This depicts how necessary a premium customer experience is to improve sales. Focusing on ensuring customer fulfillment will boost a word out of mouth marketing for our clients. As satisfied customers, we recommend our clients to family and friends. And according to Investopedia, word of mouth marketing is one of the most potent forms of marketing, as 88% of customers trust their friends' recommendation over traditional media. With this in place, Pure Fresh Sandwich would be set above competitors with or without media adverts. They have a stable base of diverse customers, which will significantly improve revenue. A primary concern we notice in the nature of what the company is what another primary concern is what we notice in the nature of what is offered for sale by the company. The commodities include sandwiches, snacks, soft drinks, tea, and coffee. And the tendency to point accusing fingers at these products as unhealthy and the cause of several health issues exists online. A report published in the International Journal of Environmental and Public Health shows that people with dietary concerns are inclined to get some psychological effects from being exposed to harmful or false news about some food or about some food items. We therefore suggest an image lifting act of education. With the advent of social media, we have millions of information at a click away, and awareness and image listing education is much easier. We see a country like the USA, for example, with 72% of its population on social media. This according to Pew Research in 2021. This education would be sensitization on the health benefits and nutrients that sandwiches offers to our body, as opposed to the certain preconceived notions that form the basis of fast food that is taken to only harm the body. More so, according to Birot in 2016, who is a nutrition expert, 43% of Americans now select their food based on human and environmental health. Pure Fresh Sandwich should explore this opportunity by emphasizing the health benefits of their sandwich. To accentuate this health awareness campaign, it will be an excellent idea. For our clients to provide healthier versions of ingredients and sandwiches. For instance, about 80 million people worldwide are vegetarians, according to allforscience.com. And a great way to cover more customers would be to introduce a sandwich variety for vegans. All this will pay little role in accelerating the company's growth and boosting revenue. And it is these little roles that will come together to form a whole towards the company's growth. The next ailment diagnosed by this team is the slowing growth rate of the company, being stuck at a single percentage for this year. For this assessment, it is safe to believe that this is a case of this case is similar to that of a stagnant water stuck in a ditch. And what needs to be done to that ditch is to create a channel that enables it to flow. In the case of this company, the way forward is a system which is advertising. Indeed, no company can survive the ruthless market competition without consciously and effectively investing in such a company's advertisements. As Douglas Azer, a business mogul and writer, opined, advertising is the soul of business. A top player like Coca-Cola spends about $4 billion on advertisement each year, according to Statista, which is about 80% of the total sales recorded by our clients last year, while Procter & Gamble spent $8.1 billion on advertising, which was the most in the world in 2021. Little wonder these companies keep soaring. And beating competitions throughout the year. For our clients to advance, advertisement has to be taken to another level. In going about this, we advise our clients to attack the spectrum of the population that buys their products, that buy their products more. And according to QSR survey, 35% of people who consume sandwiches are between the ages of 18 to 34. These persons are predominantly youth and young adults and are usually found on dating sites, betting sites, recreational sites, among others. Pure Fresh Sandwich should target these sites and mediums to push their adverts. It would undoubtedly lead to greater yield. As Harvard Business Review in 2018 cited the effectiveness of target advertising. In pushing advertisements, we also suggest that a particular period each year be set aside for promotional activities like giving out bonuses, offering free delivery, and carrying out a community service, among other relevant activities. With this, we believe that our clients can stake a claim at the very top of this ladder of competition. Spending more on effective advertising is the way forward. If this has been done previously, the advertisement team requires, if this has been done previously without results, the advertisement team requires upscaling. or a total revamp of this team will be necessary in order to move the company forward. And with this, I would like to invite Mr. Demola, a fellow consultant, to tackle this issue. Speaking on, the next ailments diagnosed by this team is the slowing growth rate of the company, being stuck at a single percentage for years. From this, speaking further, in the brief provided by the company, it was reported that the CEO had been changed in response to the company's lack of growth, which hints at the fact that there is an issue with the company's management. The core of any organization lies in the employees and management, as both are responsible for the day-to-day organization of such a body. Therefore, we greatly encourage our clients to invest in upskilling the management staff of their business, such that in employing anyone, they should ensure that these persons possess the skills of human relations, leadership, and teachability. If any of these skills are absent, such persons should not be recruited. A company like Google, for example, has unique ways of handling the staff, scaling them up, and ensuring that they keep the company running through programs such as Project Oxygen, Whispering, etc. Moving forward, another means to grow the company is through an expansion of its tentacles to all companies of the world, to all continents of the world. This idea is a consistent trait among the biggest companies in the world. Subway, our client competitor, for example, had 36,900 outlets across the 104 countries of the world as of April 2022, according to Statista.com. In moving to these new territories, it is necessary that the peculiarities that can attract people to the new outlets be considered. For example, in countries with high bandwidth costs like Nigeria, free Wi-Fi should be provided in every outlet. At the same time, radios could be used for advertisement in some countries with low internet penetration so that many people can be reached. To corroborate this, our clients should target workplaces instead of residential areas for the location of their snack shops. Commercial areas will definitely see more sales than residential areas, according to Entrepreneur.com in 2015. Consumers are more likely to cook and prepare what to eat for themselves in their homes than at work. Hence, the outlet should be properly staged in a location that has enough people who can't access the sumptuous meals they want, but they need to grab something amazing to eat. In Nigeria, such cities could include Lagos, Ibadan, Port Harcourt, etc. Another way to scale revenue and stabilize our clients' business is to painstakingly follow their customers up. Doing this would make repeat customers of their customers. For example, getting a mailing list, mailing them regularly, informing them of special offers, discount sales, etc. Wishing them on their birthdays as well. As our client engages them the more, they tend to keep them in mind and keep up patronage whenever they need a snack. This will certainly increase demand for sandwiches when old customers are retained, and there is as well conscious efforts to secure new ones. And in a few years, our clients would need to produce more to satisfy this demand, and this would greatly grow their revenue. Our final recommendation to our clients is focusing on increasing the number of buys per customer. This, according to the Restaurant Times in 2018, is known as upselling. By this, a customer who only buys 2 sandwiches is motivated to get 2 more boxes. This would undoubtedly scale the business. First, to do this, our clients need to practice complementary selling. This may be giving less expensive food items to customers to buy a greater number of particular sandwiches. Furthermore, waiters need to be trained to do this. They should introduce the special product or sandwiches in this case and suggest them to customers. With this, the revenue growth of our clients will definitely increase. And having provided our tested and trusted recommendations, Josephine, please help us conclude.
Thank you so much, Ademola. In conclusion, we need to state that the expert advice and recommendations we gave need necessarily to be undertaken simultaneously. Default in one while focusing on another may be disastrous and counterproductive. For example, improving on advertising without ensuring that customers have premium fulfillment when they patronize you would only lead to having customers who, in fact, discourage others from patronizing our client's brand. Thus, the brand name will be tarnished and there would be no repeat customers. This is bad for PR, for revenue growth, as well as business generally. We encourage our clients, Pure Fresh Sandwich, to harmoniously employ these recommendations, and we are confident that this would greatly improve and boost their revenue, even beyond the 3% projection noted in the case summary. And within a few years, Pure Fresh Sandwich will be unrivaled by competitors with an unparalleled revenue growth rate. We can't wait to see our clients implementing our practical strategies and thereby stabilizing their sales growth. We are UI Beta Consulting, and we know the simple rules that govern acquisition of money. Thank you for staying with us.
Thank you very much, guys, for the presentation. Thank you, guys. Okay, Mr. Daytopia, you have your hands up.
Well, I want to say a big well done to you, UI Beta. The good thing, there are a lot of things I like about this presentation. I'll start with the good and the bad eventually. I'll end with the ones I didn't like, sorry. So the one I liked is the fact that it was professional. You know, you stuck with the UI Beta Consulting firm, and then you played that through all to the end. And then it was great to see. This is what they're doing. This is consultancy, it's like you guys should be working in a consulting firm anyway. But so I love the fact that you spent a lot, you didn't spend much of your time or introduction or probably explaining what the case study is about. You did that briefly and you went into the important part, which is the recommendation. And I loved all the recommendations. I mean, I love the thought process. I love the stats behind every recommendation that you preferred. I love the fact that I love the conclusion as well. Really nice conclusion. That is a concluding. That's a really good conclusion. So I love the recommendations. The only part which I didn't like at all was the slide. I did not like the slide. It was like a very lazy slide. I don't know what is happening. But probably you need some lessons from either Lokoja or Abuja. The slides were not good at all. I didn't like the color. There was no infographics, no nothing. It was just done within 5 seconds or something. But every other thing I enjoyed. I loved the energy, but it was just the slides that didn't do it for me at all. But well done to you guys. Well done. I can see you put a lot of effort in it, a lot of research as well. So well done.
All right. Thank you very much. The slides they were actually blinding to me. I don't know, and they were a little dull. So yeah, even if you want to go lazy on the slides, I would actually advise that you use neutral colors as well, so they can be easy on the eyes. It's very important that you try to use neutral colors when you are. If you are going to be using a colorful slides as well, just make sure that the colors are easy on the eyes and they are not everywhere as well. All right, thank you very much. All right, can I please ask the judges to send their feedbacks for this team and also the scores for both team? All right, Adetayo, yes, sorry, please. You have your hand.
Thank you, Dr. Jumi. I would like to ask the team a question. You said most of the things I want to say, especially about the slide. So let me just ask them this question. This company is struggling. I just want to hear your view, your thought process on this. This company you're analyzing is struggling, and yet you are comparing them to the likes of Coca-Cola spending on adverts. What are your practical or pragmatic ideas on how the company will first of all get the money for the type of advertisement you want them to do?
All right, can we?
Yes, go
Thank
ahead.
you very much.
I want to.
So we during the course of our presentation, we brought about different ideas to push the company forward. And advertisement, we talked about customer relations and all of these things. And these things we just kind of, because one thing is that you cannot boost, you cannot just spend money on adverts when they come to your place and then they are not seeing results. So it starts from, we talked about reshuffling the management, we talked about reshuffling the management system and all, and we talked about reshuffling the customer relations style. So through this way, you boost the sales, like you get more sales, and from that sales, you channel a certain amount. We are not saying that they should spend so much. So we're not saying that they should spend on par with Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola spend according to the size of their company, according to the money they make, and then this company too should spend according to the revenue that they generate.
To also add to this, the case scenario mentioned that our client is one of the biggest sandwich companies in the world. So they are not exactly a struggling business. They have made a name, and they can certainly spend on advertising to improve their current state. And we learned that they are the third biggest sandwich chain in the world. So they can just improve their advertising to get them at the top of the ladder.
Now you are contradicting yourself. You said that they are not supposed to spend like Coca-Cola, and now because they are thought.
All right, sir. Okay, let me take it again. I think you don't get what I'm saying. I'm saying that it's like in socialism there's a principle that says give every man can from every man according to his ability, to every man according to his need. So this principle is also what the ideology behind what we're saying. It's like
sorry to cut you short. We don't want to drag this thing because of time. But take
All right,
note,
sir.
you said they are the third, the case study said they are the third biggest. That means that they're doing something right for them to be the third biggest. It might not be advertising. And it might be advertising. I'm just allowing you to be open-minded to both ways so that you can justify the case study. It might not really be advertising. If they are the third best in that space, in that sector, that means they are doing something right, but they changed their CEO. Does that have to say something about reducing their cost of production? Maybe they are overspending. I didn't see any idea on that.
We talked about that. Sorry, sir. We said that this is necessarily a problem that shows that there's an issue with the management, and without changing the CEO shows that there's an issue with the management. We don't know what the issue is. They didn't give us, so we had to assume that from our own inference, we can derive that okay, there's a problem with the previous CEO. We don't know if it's wastage or something. That means that if you are going to change the CEO, it can't be the CEO alone. The CEO cannot run all the branches in the world. So people need to be there. So we're now saying that they should recruit staff that would fit in to what they want. We mentioned some criteria for them to consider before recruiting staff, and we believe that this criteria would come into play in the daily work of every employee in this company.
Thank you. Dr. Jimmy, you can go ahead.
Thank you very much, Adetayo. Thank you so much. The truth is that it's not to get at you in any way, but it's just also to get you thinking on a lot of things. When you have a good presentation, it gets the judges thinking, and they also want you to also think in different directions as well. And that's just what those feedbacks and questions are for. So good job, great presentation, guys. All right, quickly, we're going to go to the last set of presenters, which is the group presenting on case study 3, and that's Footmina and ABU. This is the last presentation, so I'm hoping that we're going to go as fast as possible. All right, who wants to go first?
Same Footmina.
That's
Martin,
perfect.
maybe
All right. Footmina said it first. All right. Are you sharing your slides, guys? Okay, that's great. All right, once you start, I would start your timing as well.
Okay, good day, Daytopia, the panel of judges, and the mentors and mentees of Daytopia. This is Team Footmina. I will go directly into the team members. Now we have Ebenezer.
Sorry, can you make this screen full slides, please? Full screen, please. Sorry about that.
For the slides?
Yes.
Okay, I'm coming. Let me see if this works. I really don't know. Is this better now?
Perfect. That's better. Thank you. Yeah, you can start now.
Now, good day, Daytopia, the panel of judges, mentors and mentees of Daytopia, and everyone watching us. And this is Team Footmina, and I would like to introduce the team members, starting with Ebenezer Elijah, the amazing and outstanding team leader is a 100-level student of the Department of Chemistry, Social, School of Physical Science. He's a mentor, teacher, purpose-driven, vibrant, and enticing
of the speaker. Is a distinctive leader with passion and zeal to set out goals. Now we have also on the team Oda Kensley, an intelligent and purposeful team player. He's a 100-level student of the Department of Physics, the School of Physical Science, and his love for physics is great. So his desire to coordinate his team to achieve the desired goal. And we go also to another team member, John Utaji Moses, also an 100-level student of the Department of Chemistry, School of Physical Science, and hardworking and diligent young man who is a valuable team player, an exceptional business tycoon who infiltrates the business system with high-level purpose. And also on the list is Okikije Solab Jimeji, an high-level student of Mechanical Engineering, School of Infrastructure Process and Engineering Technology at SIPET, an ardent and exceptional young man who has the track record of diligence and is full of inspiration. Now going to a case review on the revenue growth for Clean All by the team Footmina Advisory Committee. According to the case presented before us, Clean All was a fast-growing, privately held company and it's based in Nigeria. It runs laundry outlets in 5 regions across the country, and the company is engaged in 3 areas of business, namely machine-based washing, hand washing of delicate clothes, and ironing of clothes. This company case that we are reviewing today started 10 years ago and grew quickly almost every year since. However, its growth has slowed down for the last 2 years. Clean All growth has plateaued. According to the data given to us, as of 5 years ago, there were only 5 players in the market. However, recently, many new laundry startups entered the market and took over market shares from the traditional players of the company. Clean All is one of. Now I'll open the floor to other team members as they discuss further on this.
Okay, thank you very much, Elijah. Today, we are here to advise on possible revenue growth strategies in light of the SWOT analysis. Upon careful analysis of Clean All SWOT analysis, we discovered that these were the possible strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and the threats that could be associated with the company. The following are the strengths listed below. Door-to-door services. We expect that Clean All offer a door-to-door service for dry cleaning and laundry, providing another choice for customers. Quick and convenient services. We also expect that they offer quick and convenient services in order to save customers time. It is very lucrative business as not everybody that puts on clothes has the time to do the laundry involved thereafter. Reasonable prices and attractive discount program. We expect that they offer a special discount offer for their valuable and regular customers. Technology is used. The technology used by Clean All is such that it has faster cycles and gentler services. Their weaknesses thus are maintenance of old machines. According to this case, Clean All is a 10-year-old firm that uses quality machines from 10 years ago, which is not a part with upgrades in machines in the 21st century. It would therefore be noted that they would need more maintenance to keep up at the job. Cost of transfer. The cost of transferring for delivery services and a limited marketing budget needed to create brand awareness and the hours of operation needed is quite a bit of weaknesses for Clean All, sorry about that. Opportunities are as follows. The increase in the number of medium and small hotels, spa shops, which is good for their market and increasing of disposable income and changing the daily lifestyle. Also, the relatively high rate of return on their investment are possible with large target markets and streamlined services. Threats that we pointed out are other competitors. Bigger laundry services and other new businesses that enters the business world. Examples are future or potential competition from a large franchise business. Need for new machines. The age of machine in a business takeover can mean that a huge investment may be needed for new machines soon. I would now like to call on my next team partner.
In regards to the above mentioned and the case presented before us, it can be well stated that Clean All has been faced with challenges in maintaining their market value and revenue. These are the possible challenges that we, Footmina's Advisory Committee, think they might be facing. Number one, risking energy costs for commercial laundries. Affecting many industries, not just the commercial laundries, are the seemingly ever-increasing energy costs. Commercial laundries are heavily reliant on water, heat, and electricity in day-to-day business operations. This puts pressure on owning a commercial laundry and making a profit, but it does have a solution. Number two, skilled labor shortages in commercial laundries. Along with equipment effort, a certain amount of human effort is required in the day-to-day operations of commercial laundries too, from operating the machines, cleaning, bookkeeping, administration, and other human resources. A commercial laundry is in need of skilled workers. Number three, solid competition for commercial laundries. The commercial laundry sector has seen undeniable growth in recent years, with more commercial laundries than ever before, as well as new laundry styles entering the market. Think over for your washing, clients now have a multitude of options to choose from. Now, here are some we've highlighted the problems, but highlights of problems without the right recommended solutions would definitely be a waste of both energy and time. Therefore, this advisory committee has sat down to brainstorm, and we have come to take note of certain factors that we consider in advising Clean Oil and also possible solutions to the underlying problems. Number one, Clean Oil should expand their services. Expanding their laundry business services offerings also helps expand their customer base. Apart from the three areas of business that Clean Oil is already used to, they could add a wash and fold services. Laundry is one of the most hated chores, so taking all aspects of the task off a customer's plate has its appeal, not to mention that many people don't have easy access to laundry equipment like a washer or dryer anyway. Wash and fold services are when customers drop off dirty laundries and you return it washed, dried, ironed, folded, and packed. As described by Clinton Derwatch in an interview by BBC on successful laundromats in the US, he said, and we quote, our wash, dry, iron, fold customer base has been as follows: blue collar single males, college students, tourists, hotel guests, convention related vendors, small hotels, restaurants, other small businesses, and working couples with no children and disposable incomes. Also, adding delivery of completed laundry to your roster, to their roster of services, has the potential to increase business even more because consumer demand for delivery has grown across numerous industries. He also stated that the addition of delivery services has expanded customer base of laundry services in the US to a 12-mile radius. You can also opt for an on-demand laundry services and take laundry delivery a step further with on-demand services. This on-demand service will be explained in the coming slides. Usage of route optimization software. If you implement one of those laundry business ideas, such as on-demand laundry services or smart scheduling laundry services, of course, Clean Oil will need route optimization software, and investment in such software will save them time, increase their efficiency, and provide customers with a better experience, all of which will benefit their bottom line. Focus on local marketing strategies to promote their businesses. But they can do that by optimizing their Google business profile, by increasing their social media presence. Because of time, we may not be able to explain fully in details, but I would love to expand on this social media presence. 76% of consumers use social media to search for local businesses. So if they ensure that it's easy to find their laundry business by establishing social media accounts and being active on these platforms, they would have a larger customer-based client. However, they do not need a presence everywhere. They need to focus on the social networks that are most important for their business. They can also invest in local digital ads, that's advertisements, and by highlighting reviews from satisfied customers. One of the most effective laundry business ideas are to share social proof, such as reviews with potential customers. 87% of customers read online reviews of local businesses before using them, and sharing endorsements from happy customers is a surefire way to get more business, since 92% of people trust recommendations more than a business claim. These claims these statistics are gotten from the Advert Business Scheme of year 2021. And then they scope out their competition. They can charge more for their luxury laundry services if they can provide a better experience. So they check out the local competition that is around them and determine what their business can do better and what the best pricing for their services is. Now that we've highlighted possible solutions to the possible challenges, these next few ideas and tips are the ways we think and know that Clean Oil can compete in the marketplace. Mark Friedman of business.com, who is a contributing writer, formerly published a research underwent by marketing graduates of Yale University, about top-tier companies and the ways they beat their competition. This research was updated on the 27th of July 2022. There are several strategies he stated that was used to ensure these companies stood ahead of their competitors. To become successful businesses, they found ways to stay a step ahead of their competition, but he also remarkably said that doing so was often easier said than done, and that there was no simple answer on how to beat competitions in the marketplace, but that smarter companies nullify the effect of competitors in order to increase market share. What did they do? A corresponding research carried out by Stephanie Cameron of Eastfluent agreed to what these Yale graduates came up with. Here are 5 simple yet powerful ways to beat your competition. Number 1, they could find and solve their customers' pain points. One likely way to beat competition is to address the needs of your shared target audience better than your competitors can, better than your competition can. You should find a niche in the market via storytelling and specialization. It is always tempting to daydream about what it would be like if you had no competition at all. But when you build a niche, you come much closer to achieving this ultimate goal. You should also set competitive pricing. One of the easiest ways to beat competition is to offer more affordable pricing. To determine the ideal price point, they need a clear picture, of what their competition's goods or services are priced at. Then change their business to stay ahead of their competition, because when you're running a business, change is a constant. And the last one, provide great customer service. Providing great and memorable customer service is a great way to build loyalty amongst customers and differentiate yourself from the competition. Moreover, if they can talk with their customers, they can retain them for life because they will know what they want and be able to fulfill the needs of their customers. I'll let Elijah to continue with the review. Okay, since Elijah is
Yeah, the global dry cleaning and laundry services market is growing at a faster pace with substantial growth rates over the last few years, and it is estimated that the market will grow significantly in the forecasted period between 2022 and 2030. Now, the owners of Clean All are looking for tactical growth initiatives that will increase their top line by at least 10% year on year for 3 to 5 years. But with these factors considered, we are rest assured that Clean All will not only increase their top line, but will also beat other competitors to it and emerge again as the best and the most recognized in Nigeria. Thank you from the team, Footmina.
I'm sorry, I'll just add this. I think we still have 2 minutes more. So I said I was going to explain the on-demand laundry cycle. This is a flowchart that shows how to explain the on-demand laundry cycle. Customer calls and books via the app. It's just like it's actually an online app, just like a Bolt or Uber, where you order from the convenience of your home and everything gets done online. You don't need to leave your house. And that way, it is easier and faster to track your goods and services. Thank you.
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you for the presentation. Adita, you have your hands up. All right.
Yes, I would like to ask Footmina. It's a nice presentation, but I would like to want you to clarify this. You said you would like to use an app for customers' requests and all. Can we have the cost implication of this?
Okay, so it's an on-demand app. It's just like I said, the Uber app. So what they need to do is they give out a contract to software, organizations that would create this app. This app are actually around the cost of $1,500. That is for professional apps for large companies in the US. But we've not really streamlined it in Nigeria because most countries in Nigeria actually do not even use this app. They just use Google as business ads and Yelp.
So you've not thought of it being used here in Nigeria, and you are considering a case study here in Nigeria. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, Adita. All right, Mr. Daytopia, do you have any questions or feedback for the team as well?
No, not this time, sorry.
All right, thank you very much, guys. Personally, the only feedback I have is your slides. I wish the slides could be better. And you see, that's one of the reasons why I advise that you come in and sit and just watch other presenters do their own presentation. We've had fantastic slides today, which I feel like you guys can learn from. Either, just send a message to some of these teams and then just ask them, how do you guys see? It's not really about this presentation, but it's a skill that you can take into your journey as as a future presenter as well. So it is, I feel like at this stage for us, for us to be having some slides that are not. Okiki, you have something to say?
Yes, ma. I don't think this is like right to say this here, but I noticed something as the general team lead. So a lot of people, probably because of network issues or battery issues, missed the last meeting. And unfortunately, I was not also there. I didn't have battery. And then when I reached out to people who attended the meeting, unfortunately, none of them responded. It felt like they were not able to tell us what they learned. So there was no way that some people could even get to know the idea of what they were supposed to do because they missed out and nobody was willing to help them. So reaching out to these teams when they're not ready to share ideas that are general ideas, not personal ideas to their team, they may not now want to share personal ideas on how they go about doing their own slides. Because I don't see it as a general, it feels more like a competition than a learning phase for us. As far as what I feel some people take this as.
Okay, thank you very much, Okiki. I actually saw you asked on the team, asking the team to tell you guys what they did during the presentation, during the last meeting. I would have responded, but to be honest, the day I saw it, I was actually at work and I was also busy. I couldn't respond. And because of the, I think it was Teams that we use, we couldn't record it from our end. And I remembered Mr. Daytopia saying that somebody should record. And Mr. Daytopia, you wanted to say something?
Oh yeah. So I wanted to just so I forgot. I wrote before I go into what Kijesu just said. I wrote something down that I wanted to talk about. One of the weaknesses that Footmina presented was that they have, because they've been there for 10 years, they have old machines, but you have to be careful when you are doing a business review because the fact that they've been there for 10 years doesn't mean that they've not changed the laundry machines, or does not in any way does not say because I went back to the case study, that is the case study actually saying that the machines are old. So you can't just assume that because they've been there existing for 10 years, they've been using this, they've not changed their machines, or they are now using the machine they started with. So you have to be careful when you are reviewing. Make sure that you don't just take things out of context. Right. With regards to that, yes, we use the Google Meet. And I'm sure the first thing I said on that meeting was that because we had 9 people or so. So I said, make sure you record this so that other team leaders can share with their uh, with their with their fellow mates. But it seems like no one really recorded the session. And what you should have, I'll still come back to that. But what you should have done when nobody shared it with you is come back to me or to Dr. Adejumoke that sorry, we've not been able to get any response and we need support with this or that, because we didn't really want to have that session because it was just a case study and I felt everybody knew what they were doing. But Dr. Adejumoke said a lot of people reached out to her that we needed the session, so we had the session. So my thoughts was that, okay, if 9 people are just coming, sorry, it was even like 9 people, but 4 of them were from OAU. So it was like 5 universities represented on that call. So I was like, okay, if just 5 team leaders are here, probably the rest already know what they are doing. They don't need the session because the session wasn't really going to hold if not for the fact that people reached out to Dr. Adejumoke. So that was my thought. But then again, I said, please record the session because we couldn't use Zoom at that point. But unfortunately, I guess nobody did. or if they did, they didn't share. And that's what I wanted to mention again, because I remember this happened the last competition as well, that a team really needed help with their slides, but no one really offered to help. But I'll say this again, this is not a this is a friendly competition. It just carries the name competition, but the aim of this tournament is for you to develop skills, collaborate, you know, be your brother's keeper rather than hoarding information or hoarding your skills. The more you share your skills, the more you also learn about, the more you develop that specific skills. You know, when you teach people, you develop that skills better, right? So why not share, develop that skill a lot more. You can't know everything. You still need help from different teams. So be willing to collaborate with teams, support yourselves. And I don't know why you'd hoard information like that and not want other team members to get information from you. Uh, Understandably, if it's a critical information or something that you've developed yourself and you are competing against the same university, you might not want to share that because you want to use it in your presentation. But if it's other team members, this is, and the thing about this tournament is it's just you versus that university. It's just two of you guys competing at that point, right? So I don't see why you should be holding any information or any skill, right? So we should do better, honestly. I feel like after listening to presentations, for instance, what team did not really do their slides, but I think UI better. It's a normal thing for you to even go and meet their team leader that, do you need any help? Or a team that you found maybe probably they lack confidence in their presentation and your team did a lot better in this phase, why not reach out to that team and say, okay, how can we help? We saw that you were struggling with the last phase. This is the kind of spirit that I want to see in Daytopia, not you are celebrating that one team did not do well or celebrating about the mediocrity of another team, which is not great. So please, let's do better, please. Let's help each other grow. That is the aim of Daytopia. It's not about who wins this competition, like I always say. It's about what you take out of this competition, please.
I was also going to say, I would have known how to address this issue if Okiki can just tell me that I actually approached team this and they refused to help. Because the last competition, the excuse that Khadijat made was that the team did not explicitly come up to them to ask them for help. So when you post stuff that you need help and nobody is responding, please, the next step you should do is approach that team, especially the team leader, directly. If the team leader then does not respond, then there are ways we can address that. Because now, even if we ask everybody else will say, oh, they didn't ask me, they didn't meet up with me, they didn't tell me anything. And that's the excuses they're going to make. At the moment, based on today's presentation, the team that had the best slides were from my own end. I don't know about the other judges, but from my own, that had a very good slide was University of Lokoja and University of Abuja. Those teams have, and if you look at the University of Lokoja, over time, they've always had good slides. And the same thing as University of Abuja as well. They've consistently had very good slides. These are teams that you should approach their team leaders. It doesn't, even if it is 30 minutes of a meeting with them, just for them to show you how they do some of these things, it would be really nice. If for any reason any of you approach this team and they don't respond, or they give you a cold shoulder, please then let us know, because one of the aim of Daytopia is for us to learn amongst ourselves. I have approached one of the mentees as well to learn how to do graphics from them, and they were willing to teach me. I don't know everything, you don't know everything, so you can learn from each other. Ayodele, you have your hands up.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah,
with our well-researched strategies and consulting experience garnered from different sources, we believe our ideas and recommendations are relevant and will propel our clients to growth if thoroughly considered and adopted. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much. Your transitioning was really good. Your synergy was also very good within the team. Good job, guys. All right. Do we have any of the judges that want to give feedbacks?
May I ask a question from the team?
Yes, sir.
I like the fact that you were saying something about partnership. Are you looking at merger and acquisition, or what are you looking at?
Yes, sir. Actually, we are looking at mergers and not mergers. Actually, sorry, please. We are looking at mergers and acquisition, but that's in the long run. You know, everyone knows that not all businesses survive on their own. So in the long run, if we are able to expand our capital structure, then we are looking forward to acquiring the little companies that might have been coming up, and also we are looking forward to partner with them in sustainably in a way they can help us to promote our brand as well too.
So if you're looking to partner with them, what do you intend to offer them since you're in the same sector or in the same industry? What do you think that you offer them that will make that partnership to work?
Okay, it's I believe when we get to this year, actually we'll know how we are going to cross. But let me just give a different answer from
Thank you. It's all right. It's all right.
And also, sir, while going through the explanation, I did not stop on, let's say, industry that were made strictly on clothing or laundry business. I made mention of clubs, ministries, and agencies. For example, if you say we partner with Access Bank, we can offer them opening accounts. There, all our transaction fund and transaction will go through their bank. While in return, they will offer us their workers laundry services. Thank you.
That's brilliant. I like that. Ismail, I like hearing your tune.
Yeah, Ismail is a very calm presenter, but yet he connects with his listeners as well, which is really good. Thank you very much, guys. Okay, I'm just going to keep. All right, while we get the final scores from the judges, I don't know if there's anybody else, any judges that want to. But while we get the final scores from the judges, I'm just going to say this to everyone. Great job to everyone that's presented today. Great job. You guys have really done well, and I'm super proud of the growth. I'm super proud of you guys. Yes, great job to you all. Great job. And whatever the score is from today, it's just purely based on your presentation for today, and on the skills that you have shown as well, based on the presentation that you had today. Also, this is just like it's a tournament, and it's just one person wins it, or you guys have a draw. Yeah, Ayodeji, you had your hands raised up.
Yeah, thanks for the opportunity. Please, I want to ask Daytopia a question.
Yes, please.
From the competition, we have obviously seen that it's more about either business or particular talk or something like that. Why don't we have something that goes deeply into science and technology? Because many students have the upper hand when they talk about things that are in their fields. But when it comes to science students, they just come to try to fix into these things. So can we also have topics that relate with science, technology, and other phases and spheres of life?
Yeah, very well said, Deviniza. I think the reason why you have more of more within that area, I think, is because of the 6 pillars of Daytopia, which is why we focus on those pillars. But I'm sure this is something that the management is considering as well, to accommodate students from different disciplines and to help them. And that's why, if you look at it, I think it was it the video review, we tried to bring in health into into the review, although I know that some people wanted to have the health video, but they couldn't get it. But yes, it's just because we're trying as much as possible to not stretch beyond the limits of the pillars of Daytopia until we have a brand that supports an outstretched boundaries in itself. Because many of the mentors that we have, the judges that we have, are judges that cover those pillars in itself. And to stretch into science and technology, we also need to outsource those judges and those mentors as well, which is something, like I said, it's something that we would take into consideration. I'm sure the management are working on it. I would allow Mr. Daytopia to also further buttress what I've said. But yes, it's not just something that we can decide to just start doing. It's something that we need to put a lot of thoughts into by outsourcing judges and mentors that can also provide you good feedback, good mentoring in those fields as well. And that's just the reason why. But I'm sure that from next year, this is something that would, because Daytopia in itself is branching out, is becoming a big brand, is bigger than what we even envisaged when it all started. So yes, thank you very much, Ayodeji, for that observation. And I'm sure that this is in the minds of so many people as well. Yeah, thank you very much. Can I also just quickly say this, that I want to just thank Okiki for his support as the team leader. And to be honest, is really a great support for this presentation. And I just wanted to put it out there and just thank him very much for his good job. Because if not for him, to be honest, it would be a lot of work for me to be doing on my hand. And like I said earlier, I totally apologize that you guys have not gotten your feedback. I'm sure Mudupa is not happy with me as well. I'm sorry that you have not gotten your feedback, but I would make sure that I send them out tomorrow so you guys can put into consideration all those feedback for the final stage. The final stage, which is the most important stage of all. You guys can put in those feedback. So somebody also reported to me that they reached out to one of the UI teams. They didn't mention, I don't know, probably they are trying to protect whoever that UI person is. They reached out to one of the UI teams for support, for help, but they told them a strong no. They said, no, I can't help you. I don't know who that person is. I don't know which of the UI team is. I was actually asking, the person sent me a personal message saying that I was asking them that who exactly did they reach out to, but they would not, I don't know, they just didn't want to call out that person's name. But please, if it was you, or if it could have been you, please, it's not a good idea not to want to help people. It doesn't do you any good in any way. You don't know where you might need help. Now that person has registered you in their head. You don't know, you might need their help later in future. You might be at a workplace whereby they might.
All right, guys. So once again, well done to everybody. I want to say congratulations to all of us, because yeah, like I said, it's a friendly competition. There's no winner, there's no loser. You know, we are all winners. But at the end of the day, you know, one person has to win, one person has to not win. So for the result for today, the first round, we had UI Alpha versus Onsuka Alpha. And the result for that is Onsuka Alpha, they won that round. Congratulations. For the second round, we had Futa versus OAU. And the result was that, result for that one, Futa won that round. Congratulations. For Federal University of Lokoja versus University of Abuja, the result for that one was a tie. So with full Federal University of Lokoja and Abuja sharing 1 point each, and UI Beta and Unsuka Beta. The result for that one was UI Beta. Congratulations to you, I better. And the last one was Footmina versus Abu. And the result for that one was Abu winning that round. So congratulations to everyone. I'll post the new table, the way the standing is looking at the moment. I'll post it now, and we'll just have the final face and everything to go for now. So I just want to particularly say congratulations to UI Better for winning their third straight, for having their third straight win. So they are the only ones undefeated at the moment. So they have 9 points. So congratulations to UI Better. Well done, guys. So that's it from me. Thank you, Dr. Adejumoke.
All right, thank you very much, guys. Congratulations to all the teams that have presented today. Well done, well done, well done. Yes, I can see somebody saying here a tie again. So it's just because both teams had the great presentations and the judges could not actually decide which of the team. To be honest, it would be unfair to actually pick any team because both team had great presentations. The marks for both teams was actually equal. It was the same marks in both criterias. And yes, to be honest, yeah, it was great presentation from from both of you. All right, yeah, I'd also wanted to just quickly say something. Yeah, it's okay if you want to leave. You can leave now. Also, you can stop the recording as well.